Greetings, Troma fiends, and welcome to the Toxic Avenger franchise special. I am Sergeant Kabuki Dan, joined by producer Todd.
Could have done the intro.
Could be that. I could.
Next person, Dan.
I know. Come on, Dan. Next.
Plugs Dread.
Namaste.
And Mike Kruger.
Welcome to Prime Time, bitch.
And so yes, Todd, the time's finally arrived. Your favorite movie of all time, I think safe to say your favorite franchise of all time.
We'll get into that tonight.
I've heard like two different favorite movies of all time for fucking Todd over there.
I have two.
Technically, I got four. If you
you get to pick one, you cocksucker.
Pugs, how many do you have?
Three. One all over. Like I have three rotating favorite horror movies.
Yes, I have rotating ones.
Yeah, but you only get to pick one.
Well,
all time
tonight this is my pick.
There you go.
I consider that an all-time childhood favorite, although I still love it. So it's not like I stopped. But another one, long-time childhood favorite. That's my actual childhood VHS right there of them.
I see all your goodies there. Show and tell, Todd. Well,
like
just
like
a little
2%.
Yeah,
maybe 2%.
Yeah. No, I've seen some of the other crap. Yeah, I know.
I mean, anytime, like if you walk into Todd's house, I mean, you can tell the Toxic Avenger love.
Oh, he loves Toxic Avenger, Texas Chainsaw, and Easy-E.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
The original Sarah is stashed in his closet.
I wish. Anyway, so we're getting ready.
Gave her a go when I was over there.
Well, we didn't really. Our normally franchise shows we kind of break down like favorite this and that. I only got a couple tonight, and I didn't even send them out first because they're simple ones. Obviously we're going to rank them when we get to the end, and I know some of us might include stuff the others won't because some, yeah. So I know Kruger wasn't running out to see the musical or not. So, but I know Pugs will probably throw it in his countdown too. So, yeah.
Well, I actually hadn't watched any of the Toxic Avenger sequels up until this franchise show. So,
so Citizen Toxie is the first time watch?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, that's why I touched base with Kruger to make sure he's there. I was getting worried. Yeah, I knew he's only seen the first one, and we talked.
No, I love the first movie, but for whatever reason, I just never got around to the sequels, and I was waiting for a good excuse, and this was.
Yes, this was. I mean, we're running out of 50th anniversary of Troma, and the 40th anniversary of Toxic Avenger, so can't wait for the reboot, but that will come up tonight also.
Yeah, that would be nice if fucking we could have watched it. God damn it, Legendary! What the fuck are you doing?
We'll have that rant.
Half of us have.
I tagged them, so it's just so they remember there's some wants.
I'd like to see the final version, but whatever.
You did it, Fantastic Fest, sir.
Oh, that's right.
There you go.
Fuck you, Pugs. Fuck you, Todd. I want to see it.
Yeah, fuck you both. God damn it.
Ben brings up before we even. Up All Night was very Troma friendly, had many segments with Lloyd and Toxie. I remember a dating game segment with Toxie, Sergeant Kabuki Man, and Lloyd. I almost pulled clips of that for tonight, actually. I actually rewatched it last night. Yes, that's actually on the, I believe it's when they did the marathon of Toxic Avenger. There's a few marathons they did, but the dating game segment one was Toxic Avenger.
They had some of the Troma sex comedies too, maybe.
Ocean Drive Weekend 100% played.
That for sure.
I discovered Getting Lucky on that, and it still had the pubic hair scene. But
if it's prop pubic hair, I think that's
But you remember, I don't know how well everyone remembers Getting Lucky. Our hero gets shrunk down and goes inside the girl's panties, and then anyway, beyond that. At the time, it wasn't a Troma movie, so when they actually picked it up later, that was the first time I got to see it uncut when the Blu-ray came out. So I was very excited. Or DVD. Sorry. Wrong decade.
It works.
But I guess we should just start getting where it all began. I mean, well, I would, real quick, we'll talk a little before Toxie. I mean, as Dan brought up the sex comedies, they were known for them. They do have a box set of them, and I really like there's those sex comedies. They really give like an early sample of the Troma feel. You can tell they're Lloyd's. They just aren't. They get better as we go. I love those films, but they weren't Toxic Avenger. We'll just say that and just get right into it.
Troma hadn't found its true identity.
No, but you watch them and you see it. It's there. It's just not like, I don't know, final version.
They're finding themselves. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
they're working their way. They're on their way.
Yeah.
USA Up All Night was like the way to, like, you knew if it was on there, it probably had boobs, and then you knew, like, okay, I know what to go rent. So it was so good.
The workaround. Yeah.
I watched it on TV, Ma.
Yeah,
we worked for that shit back in the day, man. Damn.
That's like the first thing I did online was like IMDb just to figure out if a movie had boobs. That was like that was what the internet was for.
Of course you did.
Here's our Dan.
This is pre-hub, we can't blame him for that.
We didn't have many options, god damn it.
But I know for me, obviously, Toxic Avenger 1 was my introduction to Troma.
It was mine too. I think I saw the first film when I was like maybe 11 or 12, and the reason I actually even watched it was because a guy I was playing like video games with told me about it, and he always referenced calling that broad hot ass in the first movie.
Yes.
So like I asked him what it was from, and they were do you remember when like the cable boxes used to have like free movies on it, and
Yes.
fear.net was a thing? I believe fear.net had the first Toxic Avenger on the streaming service. So that's how I watched it when I was like 11 or 12. And I'll never forget being completely like just like starstruck by watching the scene where the kid gets his head run over by the fucking car. And like from that point on, I was in on that movie, and I fell in love with it. And for a long time, I mean, still to this day, it's my favorite Troma movie. But that was definitely my introduction to those types of films. Which now you see people like Steven Kostanski, who like totally channels that, and even like James Gunn in some of his films channels the Troma film.
Well, that's where you got to start. I mean, so he keeps it alive more. Pugs, your first experience where you first heard of Troma or Toxic Avenger, I'm sure that's probably your gateway too.
Toxic Avenger was my gateway. It's like Howard the Duck and Big Trouble in Little China. It had just always been there. I know I saw it at an early age, probably preschool. So whatever that is, I wasn't really sheltered from those. Like my mom hated horror movies, but like other relatives, they're like, "Hey, come check this out," or I'll hide behind the couch. So I always remember Toxic Avenger, but the stronger memory is getting the toys of the Toxic Crusader.
Okay, so that was your gateway. Okay, that's what
I saw the movie before.
Okay,
but like it became important to me when I had those toys. I was like, oh wait, let me rewatch that movie, and then I just over and over again.
No, for your guys' generation, Crusaders is the gateway to a lot of people.
See, I hadn't watched Crusaders until like way later on. I've only seen like 2 episodes of the show.
And Dan, I'm sure you're Toxic. I don't know. You could have a weird introduction for Motion Drive Weekend. All I know.
You know what? I mean, that was an early one. I know Toxic Avenger wasn't like my introduction. It was one of the early ones that I saw, but it wasn't the first, and I wish I could tell you definitively what was, but it was definitely the first that kind of put Troma on the map for
like
me,
that,
as far as like, okay, this is what this is. And when I discovered that, it's funny because, you know, I'm not the biggest superhero guy, as everybody knows, but back then I watched them all. You know, there were less of them, and I thought, I remember even being a kid, like, okay, superhero movie, we'll check it out. And I'm like, whoa, nobody gets cornholed in Superman. Like, this is something different. Like this is
on screen, sir.
Okay. This is something I shouldn't be watching, and so that's how I discovered the Toxic Avenger movies.
Yeah, it definitely does feel like one of those movies too, where like your parents would get extremely pissed off if they found out you were watching.
Oh, yeah. That was like, I'll watch this in the bedroom.
Which made it endearing. Like the way I used to get away with all that shit is I would just watch it at my grandparents. But like my poor, like, you know, at the time 80-year-old grandmother would fucking walk in the room and just see tits and fucking people getting their head smashed in by fucking car tires, and then would just walk out and be like, "Oh, Michael, it's terrible."
Yeah, we got a few with Nukem High is their first. We got Matt.
Yeah.
You know, I've still never seen any of the Nukem High movies.
Well, man, that's something we can do in the future. I'm not gonna say no. But before we get too far into the movie, let's just take a look at the trailer and then we'll talk about the actual movie. So let's take a look.
Cool.
Meet little Melvin. He's a 90-pound weakling. Everyone hated Melvin.
I'm gonna take this mop and shove it down your throat.
They teased him.
I want to do it with you. Okay.
They taunted him. They tormented him until he had a horrifying accident and fell into a vat of nuclear waste, transforming little Melvin into a hideously deformed creature of superhuman size and strength. Melvin became the Toxic Avenger, the first superhero born out of nuclear waste.
Holy shit! I don't know what it was, but it saved my life. All right, everybody, drop your tacos or I'll blow your brains out.
The vandals and the perverts had their way with the little people of Tromaville until the Toxic Avenger ripped them apart. The Toxic Avenger. His face is so terrifying. We can't show it to you now. You'll have to see the movie for yourself. The Toxic Avenger can bend steel with his bare hands.
Oh, we're on a kid. Get it?
Leap small cars in a single bound. He crushes drug pushers. Smashes hit-and-run drivers. For incredible explosive action, you must see the Toxic Avenger. He's a different kind of hero. The Toxic Avenger is coming to your town. Look out.
You know, I said my first, but I didn't say the reason why it was my first, like why I saw it in the first place. And that was because I rented, or actually I bought at Kmart, the Weekend of Horrors VHS tape that was of the Fangoria Weekend of Horrors. And all of a sudden, we get in the middle of it, probably about 38 minutes in. Someone check if I'm right. The trailer for Toxic Avenger, and I was just like, I need to go get this right now. So I went and got it the next day. Something changed in my brain, and I fell in love, and here we are, 40-ish years later. So
don't tell me I'm not loyal.
Yeah, and I didn't even bring that. I still got that tape too. So.
Hell yeah.
I love just how 80s the opening is. I mean, we've already talked Body Talk. Yeah, that song blaring, and then like every 80s stereotype just like amped up by 20 that pops up on screen during that opening is just hilarious. I love that the bullies just look like so fucking like mean and angry at him for no reason. And you know, that's the thing, like it's a shock to the system when you watch the beginning of that movie and you're expecting a traditional superhero movie. I knew I got something I wasn't supposed to be watching, and
you were expecting a traditional hero with that?
Well, remember, I mean, there's no.
It was promoted as a horror movie, so that's what I was expecting.
Yeah, I don't know. I do vividly remember.
Yeah, I remember it being more like.
Swamp Thing, I think,
Okay.
is like what I had in my head, something like that.
And I didn't
not-
initially connect that as a
Love that too.
superhero movie for a long time. It's a comic book movie, but I wouldn't call it a superhero movie. And legally, you can't call this one a superhero movie, so knock it off, Dan. He's a superhero from New Jersey, so he doesn't get sued. Because Warner Brothers and Marvel co-own that word.
Are you serious? I did not know that.
Yes, that's why it's the first superhuman from New Jersey, not the first superhero.
Oh,
The first superhero from New Jersey that got changed to superhuman because of the law. There we go. See?
That is fascinating. I did not know that, Todd.
Yes.
So I cannot make.
Well, you
something
can.
right
It's
now
on the
and call
original
it-
poster, but yeah, that's why they always say superhuman and never superhero.
Interesting. That's an interesting fact. It's an interesting fact. But yeah, just the opening and all the taboos that they break.
That are still taboos today. Like this thing, it's just as effective as it was. It's still
100%.
And that's hard to do. Not many films that you're going to watch from 40 years ago that were offensive 40 years ago are exactly as offensive today.
That is a good point. Probably more so today, but yeah.
I mean, like there's a fucking fine argument with that because some of the dialogue in the first movie, especially, I mean, I feel like it would make some Gen Zers fucking cry in their fucking, in their basements.
They keep referring to him as Monster F. So yeah. It's crazy. Good times.
I know Dan just mad he couldn't get the great deal on the prostitute they had in this one, but
good deals. Another, I remember.
I don't think he remembers.
That's why I didn't say the line.
Okay.
Going back to when I was a kid too, when they were like playing that game where they were like, all right, you get X amount of points for running over this person. I was like, Death Race 2000, one of my favorite Corman movies at the time. Like this is so cool. And yeah, that's kind of like my memory. I mean, obviously, Todd, you're the super fan, but I knew I saw something unique, and that was just very special to me.
I didn't even know there was movies that were like this, at the time. Like this was my first introduction to that slapstick. I've seen like Evil Dead 2 and shit like that beforehand, but nothing this over the top with the gore and the offensiveness. And also just like the fact that it didn't take itself seriously. I feel like most of the movies I had watched up until that point were all movies that were, took themselves way more seriously than, a Troma film does. So it completely opened that genre to me. And, it's why I love people like Steven Kasansky. Because, I mean, all the Astron 6 movies, or 6, right?
Astron 6.
Yeah, all those Astron 6 movies, especially in the early days, I mean, they're built off of Troma love.
Well, Father's Day takes place in Tromaville, so there's that.
Well,
which you can get on Blu-ray.
Yeah, and Lloyd's in it and everything. But like, even like with Psycho Gorman and
you can feel the love.
And Frankie Frico, like both of those movies. I mean, they feel like they belong. Like if there was a Troma Films fucking intro on it, like it would feel right at home.
Right. No, I agree. Well, I mean, I haven't watched Frankie Frico yet, but with his stuff in general, it does have that.
The editor, all of those.
Yeah.
The only serious one is The Void. You know what I mean? Other than that, like all the films that Kostansky and Astron 6 have put out, they have the Troma spirit, which I can see where my love from it came from because of the Toxic Avenger.
Growing up watching these, I didn't realize they were offensive until like middle school. I was like, oh, you really couldn't say it. And like, I think that explains a lot of like interacting with me. Like sometimes I'll just say shit and like, oh, my bad, I don't mean anything by it. So yeah, like it took a while for me to understand, like, oh yeah, this is not for everybody. Because I would show all my friends and they would love it, but like their parents would be upset. Like, why do you like this? I'm like, have you seen it? It's fucking awesome.
Did you not see that head crush?
Yeah. I like the cartoons also. I got the toys. Yeah.
There's scenes you forget about too, like that at the time were funny, but you didn't even realize were offensive. Like, what was I don't know exactly what he said, but it's like washy. And if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. I'm like, holy shit. Oh man, that the whole movie from beginning to end is just wild. And I knew, like, I remember spitting out my milk when the immortal line, the best line in the entire franchise, in my opinion. Hey, Leroy, I always did want to cornhole me a blind bitch. That was like, okay, I'm sold.
We know what your we know what your sexual fantasy is now, Dan. I mean, I don't blame you. Sarah's fucking extremely hot.
Oh yeah,
like bucket list. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, just for the line, I get that.
No, as I was watching these movies, I'm like, I just need to find me a blind bitch.
Let's go to the conventions.
You can send the belly rubbing bitches from the mayor. I'm gonna just start chilling out like that. No, I'm not. Don't.
The one thing I will say about the first movie, though, which I don't think it's as prevalent in the rest of the films. The first movie, all the kills are fucking stellar, and the gore is top and fucking notch. Like, I mean, we already talked about the kid getting his head crushed in, the weight room kill where he fucking drops the weights with the fucking spike on homeboy's head and rips his fucking face apart. Has to be one of my favorite kills of all time. Everything, like all the gore, all the kills in this movie, it's very, very well done. I think like some of the best gore that we got in any Troma movies, to be honest with you. Even though I'm not like super, seasoned in the Troma genre, out of everything I've seen, like this definitely has some highlight reel kills, and which is probably why I'm so in love with the first movie.
Yeah, the kills are. I mean, and it's not just that. I mean, the story. I mean, while familiar, you have the whole relationship aspect that works.
And you have that almost like Ishihiro Honda fucking like. The reason I say that is because like Ishihiro Honda with Godzilla, like he talks about like pollution in the world and like the way shit's fucked up, and this has like an awesome satirical fucking social commentary on that. As well, and I mean, throughout the whole series, like each movie kind of deals with different things, which is what I really like do enjoy about it the most, is that like we are getting the most brash, offensive, satirical social commentary on the society, possibly ever, which is awesome, and Lloyd Kaufman's a fucking genius for that.
I agree. Shocker.
No argument from me.
But
this is also the reason when I turned 22, I wanted a tutu, and everyone failed me. Everyone will suck.
Kruger, you brought up the makeup, and I just did want to highlight probably why this one has the best. That it was Jennifer Aspinall, who is moved on in the industry today. I mean, she does a picture. She did Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. So she's still doing makeup and still out there. Yeah. So, they got lucky with her, and she 100% kills it on this.
And I also think the makeup for Toxie in the first one is the best out of the whole franchise as well, because you get more movement.
Save it. We're going to get to that. That's okay. Actually, I do have that down. So
okay, yeah, but like you get more movement in the face, and
well, I'll tell you why that is later when we get to part 2. Or well, actually, I'll save it for the look mask. But
Todd, are you aware of the love connection that happened on this show? Jennifer Baptiste, who played Wanda, and Robert Pritchard, who played Slug, actually got married, raised a family during this movie, which is pretty wild when you think about. just how disgusting some of their stuff in here is. But
Slasher home video, I got you. Don't worry.
Okay,
keep going.
I did want to. We didn't touch on the production. I mean, most people know, but well, I don't even want to say that. I'm not going to do that. That it was originally going to be called Health Club Horror, but got retitled at some point. I don't know when in production.
Ben Grimm, Gym Horror, yeah.
Yeah.
Swaggy
It
G,
was.
SBR. Sorry.
Well, I mean, everyone knows it was filmed in New Jersey, but the final car chase was inspired by Mad Max. That was Lloyd's inspiration. So,
makes sense.
And the release
appeared a lot in other things.
That's the wrong one, Dan.
Oh well, yeah. Actually, though, there are a couple where I swear it does.
It reappears again, but when people talk about the Troma car, it is not that.
Yeah. Not the big one, but it does reappear.
One thing,
2 or 3 times.
One thing I wanted to bring up too is the explosions and the fire stunt in this movie is fucking amazing. Like the fire stunt when Melvin goes on fire, and also when the cop's hands go on fucking fire. Like both of those scenes are so fucking well done. And like again, this is back in the day where you can't fucking get away with a single thing in CGI. So the fact that they had this fucking man running down the street, fucking burning like that with those flames that fucking dark. I mean, man, like that just. I miss an old school fire stunt. I get why you don't do it anymore. There's been a lot of accidents, whatever, but like there's just nothing warms my heart more than seeing somebody on fire for realsy in an 80s film.
You can actually say that though, Kruger. You have 3rd degree. So
yeah. I mean, I've been on. Dude, at this point, I've been on fire. I may be on fire again next fucking week. So. We'll see about that, but yeah, like I love me a good old fire stunt, and I wish more people took that risk in their films nowadays, because I can't even remember the last time we got like a legit authentic one.
Yeah,
you just used to tell the stunt man, "Don't be a pussy." It worked out fine for Kane Hodder.
Booth, is this true? Where are you
at? The release wise, it although it's 84 and that was its initial release, it didn't get like wide release, and by wide 45 screens, until 86, and then that's when it kind of started to
get some steam.
Yeah, and then when it hit video, I don't remember what year video was. I want to say it was 87, but I'm not sure on that. I don't have that number in front of me. So
Todd, you've seen this on the big screen, right?
I have not
on
seen
a big screen.
Besides mine, no, I've never seen it on a big screen. I know. I'm keeping an eye out now. I know.
Okay, well, we're gonna do that.
I know. Next time it's in New Beverly. I know,
dude. I've been praying to God that my
Egyptian.
I've been praying to God that my local art house plays Toxic Avenger, because I'll fucking be the first person to buy a ticket.
Well, I know they were supposed to be screening. I know they're supposed to screen it this year a few times. I know, other than the one early this year that Alamo did, I didn't really see any others. So
yeah, they do that too.
I did see the Alamo did have a screening earlier this year, but the closest one to me is like fucking 2 hours away.
One day. Yeah, so I don't know. Right? we should try to organize it. All right.
It also functions as a great revenge movie too. Like in spite of all of the goofy,
sucker Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah, it does. I mean,
this movie is a lot of things. It's part gym horror, it's part slasher, it's part comedy, it's part love story. To my young mind, when I saw this, it opened up a whole new world of possibilities in film that I didn't know existed, and that's why it always has that special place. So, and then, well, I don't know. See, you guys, the sequels were just there, right? So it wasn't like a big deal when they were already existing.
Well, yeah, they were
big deal for 4.
Yeah, they were already there by the time I got to it, and again, for whatever
didn't matter, you didn't see it till now. So
yeah, for whatever, and I honestly don't know what it was. Like, there's times where like I feel like I've wanted to watch them, and
there hasn't been
didn't have the access to them, or
there hasn't been the best things said about the two sequels that follow, which we're about to get into. But before we do, is there anything else we want to? Well, we should rate it. I mean, that's where we are.
I mean, this is a 5-star picture in my top 20 of all time. So,
yes, Pugs, you are
5,
obviously.
It's 5 out of 5, easy.
Okay, what's Dan got?
5.
Okay, I mean, obviously my scores are going to be obvious, but I was just making sure Dan didn't piss me off. I might have went Kruger on it.
It launched an entire style.
You were mad that the 12-year-old didn't get. All right, I'll stop.
$12.
That's what I said to him at the Psycho Gorman review. So
there you go. All right. Well, I guess we're gonna go straight into our next one, and let's check out the trailer, and we will talk about the Toxic Avenger Part 2.
He was the first superhero from New Jersey. He came to Tromaville and single-handedly wiped out crime, corruption, and chemical waste.
The name's Avenger. The Toxic Avenger. How are you?
Holy shit!
But this time, there's trouble not just in Tromaville,
Messy, messy, messy.
but also in Tokyo. And there's only one brave soul who can stop the forces of evil.
No, I am history.
There's only one hideously deformed creature of superhuman size and strength, and he's back.
Don't worry, sir. I'm the Toxic Avenger.
He's a fighter. He's a thinker. He's a lover. And when he returns, criminals won't have a leg to stand on. People will be dancing in the streets. In The Toxic Avenger, Part 2.
No problem.
The wildest, most off-the-wall action movie since The Toxic Avenger, Part 1. He's coming soon. The Toxic Avenger, Part 2.
I can't believe it!
wow, 007 Toxie. Never saw that. That's pretty awesome.
Okay, with this one is a little bit like I don't know, interesting. I mean, I know it's your first time, so I'm waiting. I'm curious to see how this landed for Kruger. I kind of know, but I still want to hear what he has to say.
Can I ask a question first? Well, it's a general question that Lloyd Kaufman I don't believe has ever answered, and it's up to.
I think I know what it is. Let me do my thing and then ask me the question.
Okay.
And yes, it's been answered. If it is what I think. Okay. This, I mean, all right. Lloyd has often, said he regrets it. They were still trying to play the Hollywood game and fit in with the system and try to, do its studio system and get that R rating. And they did for this one. And got their distribution through Warner Brothers. Didn't really help theatrical, but and it feels closer to the cartoon than it does the first movie, but we'll get into that. What was it? shit. I lost what I was gonna say. Dan, ask me your question. I'll come back to what I was gonna do.
All right. So I never remember there being an answer to why Sarah, same character.
Nope.
Absolutely the same character was changed to Claire.
Well,
that part I thought was confirmed.
No, Lloyd, his answer is it's obviously a different girl. That's why it's a different name.
So he just shacked up with some other blind.
Okay. You want to hear a different answer? Okay. Another one is, I don't remember. That's another common answer.
That's the answer.
But here's the thing. That's the answer he gives on the commentary.
That's the fucking answer.
Yeah.
He just likes blind chicks.
Dude, who the fuck else is he gonna fuck?
Okay. Yes, I get it. And like, I think the question he says no to is why the change? I don't know because if you ask him like why the name change, he'll say, I don't know. But then if you go back on the commentary too, he says it's obviously a different girl. That's why they changed the name. Like you can tell that is not the same girl as the last one. Not just actress. Yeah, of course. It's not.
So he answers this question like the Joker's origin, just whatever he feels like at the time.
Yeah. well, this was recorded 20 plus years ago when he answers the question, Sarah to Claire, obviously different girl. When he answers it 20 years later, he's like, I don't remember.
The man's like 80 years old.
Yeah, that's what I'm
fucking
saying.
break.
But yes, that is the question. That's the answer he gives. But we'll get back to that later. Because if I will answer that, you ask me that question again when we get to part 4. There is an answer, but I'm trying not to give away anyone. We're talking about them all.
Okay.
Well, whatever.
At this point, though.
At this point, that's the answer. Honestly, I don't think he expected anyone to notice. It was a different era. Like I watched it how many years later, but I did rewatch Toxic Avenger.
I didn't get it watching.
Okay,
they are different. I mean, it's played kind of like a ditzy Marilyn Monroe more in this one versus. So I guess I can kind of.
But she's pretty ditzy in the first movie too.
In a different way here. I like them both, but I think I prefer
Homer
Claire.
Simpson.
Well, stop giving your favorites of main characters. I will ask you later.
All right.
I should have told you. All right. Well, yeah, you bring up that, but you don't bring up the other change, the bigger change, the more important change. And now I get a blank look from Dan. I think bigger than the name of the girl, the change of the girl's name is the change of Toxie's name. I think that's a bigger thing. Why did Melvin change from Ferd to Junko?
Yeah, that's true.
And it never goes back. Yeah, you want to know?
Because he found out who his real dad is.
No, it's because of Mad Magazine. Lloyd was afraid of getting sued by them because there was Ferd. What's his name? Yeah, they have a Ferd. So they were afraid of some kind of, it was Mad Magazine, not Crack. So that's what he said with the reason why.
Makes sense.
It's the only time I ever heard about it. Yeah, he talks about it in the Toxic 2 commentary too. So, because I've always wondered that one too. Because I initially thought it was cartoon related, but whatever. All right, to the actual movie itself. This one plays like, as a kid, I'll go first on this one and send it to Hugh Kruger. As a kid, I really liked this one. And the way I even found out about it, I remember I was staying at my dad's house and I was just like walking up the hill where all the big fucking rich houses were. And there was an LA Times. I grabbed the LA Times, it was abandoned. And went to the theater section. And lo and behold, playing in Los Angeles, I saw the ad for the Toxic Avenger Part 2 that I had no idea was even existed, back in the days when you had like no internet. So I was like, holy shit. And yeah, no one was taking me to LA to see this, goddamn it, one theater. But I saved the ad and somewhere, I don't know where it said. Yeah, so I finally got to see it when it hit VHS.
Blew your little mind though, looking at that paper.
Yeah, it did. It did. Now here's the thing, though.
Treasure map.
I brought up the R-rated version earlier, which is the version we were stuck with till the first Talks box, because even on the unrated DVD, they accidentally put on the R-rated version, and
I don't remember that. Wow.
So there's two commentaries. You can watch the first one and listen to Lloyd as he's watching discover that it's the R-rated version. And then the other one where it starts off, he's like, I'm pretty sure this is the R-rated version. And then, so that's entertaining. But I'm going to kind of leave myself out of this where I'm at on the movie till because I said where I was at as a kid, but where does it stand now? That's what I want to.
All right.
Well, for me, I liked it. It's obviously, a step and a half down from the original, I believe, but I still enjoyed it. And I mean, being a guy that's kind of obsessed with Japanese culture, it wasn't the worst thing that Toxie's.
Okay, that makes. See, I didn't factor that in.
Well, dude, I am. I mean, I like if I can move to Japan tomorrow, I would.
So you were the right market for this, goddamn.
Absolutely.
Are you gonna parasail in though in the mask?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not gonna parasail in, Dan. Like that's not relevant to our times right now. Okay, parasailing in fucking a random country is not a fucking good thing. All right. But
yeah, maybe not. Let's
Bugs got it. Bugs got it.
Yeah, I'm trying not to add.
But no, I had a good time with it. Also, fun fact about Kruger, I love sumo wrestling as well. So
he was an actual sumo wrestler too. And
yep, I know.
Okay.
I found that out because I recognized him. Dude, honest to God, like seriously,
that's hilarious, dude.
I'm not gonna bullshit you guys. Sumo wrestling is way more entertaining than you will fucking ever fucking believe it is. Like seriously, watch
you don't need to convince me, dude. I've seen it. It's awesome.
Dude, watch the Worlds for sumo. You'll see a motherfucker bust out a suplex and throw a motherfucker off the stage, and there's like a fucking 4.5 foot drop off of where they fucking land.
So
they'll get chucked into fucking fans and shit. It's awesome.
So Kruger, what you're saying is it is now confirmed Kruger versus Akibono in a beds of glass.
Akibono's dead. FYI.
Akibono's the winner.
We're a demon. Go to hell and kick his ass.
Yeah.
No, real talk. There was a short time in my life where I was very much considering joining the U.S. Sumo Open team because I feel like I'd be very good at it.
People used to tell me to do that.
Dude, it's a badass sport, and those motherfuckers, like, you can go and do their body fat fucking chemistry. They may be big, but there's so much muscle. Like these it's ridiculous their training regimen. I mean, I didn't mean to take over the fucking thing to just put over sumo wrestling, but it really
part of the movie. It's
part of the movie. Yeah,
it's really a fucking amazing art form and a fucking amazing sport that people fucking just shit on because they think it's just fat guys trying to push each other out of the circle. It's way more than that. But back to the movie, I enjoyed it for what it was. Like, granted, like again, it's a big step down from the first film because the first film is like kind of flawless for me. But them going to Japan, Toxie, doing his antics in Japan, fucking making a human ramen fucking soup bowl out of somebody, and turning their nose into fucking fish crepes or whatever the fuck that was. Like, it's fun, and I enjoyed it for what it was. Granted, like, it ain't no like fucking Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 or like one of the great sequels that we've gotten with like other horror franchises, but I still had fun with it. Not my favorite out of the franchise. I don't think anything tops the first one, but I mean, it's a solid follow-up, and I feel like if I would have watched it back in the day, I would have enjoyed it too. Regardless, now I don't know how much was cut in the R-rated cut because
all the gore, all
of it.
Yeah, they butchered the shit out of it. Wow. Really bad.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have had a great time then.
Yeah, seeing it unrated for the first time was like eye-opening, like wow. Because it's funny, while watching it, I'd watch it and get surprised when I saw tits in the R-rated version. That's how clean it was. Because other than that, you wouldn't be able to tell it was an R-rated movie.
So they could have just like totally like probably sold it as PG-13 to fucking sell the cartoon.
Oh, they would have never gave this movie a PG-13, even if they cut all the tits. No. I'll get to them later.
Well, when I first saw it, I thought it was great. That's cool. But as time has gone on, I have liked this movie less and less, unfortunately. I revisit this less often and less often, but there is one I revisit quite often, and we'll get to that in a little bit. So, but yeah, I still like it every time I watch it. It's just I don't love it like I used to. So that's a little bummer, but I still like it.
Okay. I actually like this film a lot. Now, I should say, as Todd already brought up, the uncut version, the way it's supposed to be seen, because this one, well, not as much. The other one is butchered really, really bad. I think this one does feel like a cartoon, although albeit a very dirty cartoon. The other one, of course, has that darker, nastier feel to it, and this is like a different kind of humor. To a degree, but the cheesy shit worked for me in this. I mean, even at one point where I know a lot of people will be rolling their eyes, I am the Big Mac. I am the big cheese. You might say I am the Big Mac with cheese. Like there was a lot of like cornball humor.
That's the voice Dan does for everything. I never knew it was Big Mac Junko till now.
Yeah, right.
Because it's dead on.
Dead on. Dead on, Todd. I loved seeing Michael J. White in his first role.
Yeah. This is how he got Spawn. That's the story we're telling.
Beating the shit out of homeless people with a loaf of bread.
I didn't realize that was him. That's funny.
Yeah.
First movie before Universal Soldier.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I actually do like Michael J. White a lot, even though Joe Rogan would beat the fuck out of him. They had a feud, Todd.
Oh, okay. I didn't even remember that shit. Yeah. But yeah, I still think there's a lot of fun gore gags. The guy getting crushed in the wheelchair was really cool. The opening action scene where he's just like basically these endless henchmen gimmicks out the wazoo.
I love that, dude.
Yeah,
the opening's hard.
He basically fights the fucking village people.
He does. They keep coming out of that car, and there's just that. The opening is fucking hilarious. There is a little bit of a slowdown, I suppose, in the story, but man, when he turns the little person into a basketball, I mean,
which again was stolen off the set that day.
There's the recap of the first film, and it's not perfect, but I had fun when we get to Japan. Honestly, there's still a ton of nudity in this movie. There's a lot of the fish nose gag I thought was hilarious.
Yeah, that's great.
Which we got a little of that in the rated R version, not the whole thing, just a little. We did
a little bit. Yeah. The R-rated version is rough. If you've only seen that version, you've not seen the movie. So, yeah, go out and get the uncut version.
It is streaming uncut on Troma now.
Yeah,
or there you go.
Which is how I watched it.
Talksbox.
Also, I think all the Toxie movies are on Shudder as well.
All the Toxie movies are like Dan. They're everywhere. They're on Peacock. They're on Tubi. They're Lloyd's got them out there. They're making some money. They're getting some pennies on the minute. So, good
the Godzilla entrance. I'm sure.
Oh, dude, so good, so good that
I don't know why I thought Kruger wasn't gonna like it. Now that it's all,
yeah, for real, right? I mean, he even fucking says, "I'm gonna come in there like Gojira."
I like the gimmick of smuggling cocaine and fish. I've got to think somebody's tried it.
Dude, the way she says it too. Oh, they smuggling cocaine in the fish.
Steve's asking, is the 4K box set uncut? Part 2.
Yes, it is. It is the uncut version on both the Blu-ray and the 4K, on all of them. So there you go. And
that's not Steve. That's Steve. Another person. What's up, Chris?
Yeah, different
hello, Steven.
Steve.
Hey, Steven.
Hello and welcome.
Stop the presses. Notorious Troma hater Orc is in the chat.
What's up, Orc?
There you go. We turned you. Probably not, but welcome. I'm kind of with Pugs on this one. I don't love it as much as I did as a child, which is funny because that was the R-rated version.
Mhm.
The Japan stuff still works, but a lot of the Apocalypse Inc. stuff is less effective for me now. I still have fun with this one, but it does tend to, well, it's tolerable in this one. We'll get to more.
It's wrapped up really quick when he gets back from Japan. It's just we got to end the movie now.
Well, yeah, because I mean, it's split from it was one movie, and then Lloyd realized he couldn't
feel it.
You can feel it, and we'll get more into that in the next one. But overall, I think it's a good time. It's worth a watch. If you see, it's weird because like I've grown like as they've come out, so like I've absorbed them over a period of years before. So like I still enjoy it, but like Pug says, I don't revisit this one as much as other ones in the series. But if I sit down and watch the series, I'll watch all 4. But sometimes I'll just watch a couple of them, maybe not this one. So I don't know. But we'll see what the ratings are and where we land on this. Kruger, what are you giving it?
I'm a 3.5 out of 5.
All right. Pugs, where are you?
I am also a 3.5 out of 5. Yeah.
I'm a 4 out of 5. I think it maybe not as good as the original, but it's different enough, and it's just a ton of fun.
Yeah, mine dropped from a 5 to a 4.5. So there we go. Yes, mine will be high, guys. I understand that. Yes, Lisa Gay deserves a shout out. She is hot with that beehive. Yes, the Marge Simpson look.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, another Troma regular who this is her first film. Yeah, because I believe this is before Nukem High 2. All right. So let's see. What do we have next? Let's look at the trailer for the third film and we'll talk about that.
First, there was the theatrical smash hit, The Toxic Avenger. Then came the second theatrical smash hit, The Toxic Avenger Part 2. And now,
people of Tromaville, The Toxic Avenger's back.
The Toxic Avenger Part 3.
The Last Temptation of Toxie.
Yes, the first superhero from New Jersey returns. He's looking better than ever. He's fighting better than ever. He's just better than ever.
So this is your big, beautiful love machine.
He is hot. The Toxic Avenger Part 3. 3 times the action. 3 times the evil. 3 times the mind-boggling, eye-popping special effects.
The mind is a terrible thing to waste. And I am going to waste yours.
The Toxic Avenger is torn between his low-paying job as a superhero and the diabolical temptations of wealth.
$357,000.
Power. And owning a condominium.
Listen, I don't care if she's 80. If she doesn't have the rent at the end of the month, I want her out of there.
Will Toxie join the forces of evil? Will his blonde, blind, beautiful, buxom, bimbo girlfriend regain her sight? Will the devil turn our favorite hideously deformed creature of superhuman size and strength back into a 98-pound nerd? Find out in The Toxic Avenger Part 3, starring Phoebe Legere, Ron Fazio, and John Altamura. He's mean, green, and back on the screen. The Toxic Avenger Part 3.
The last temptation of Toxie.
Don't touch that dial.
Well, I will say this is probably my favorite poster out of all the films.
I agree. I was going to put over this poster. The one poster I do have that I didn't find the time to pull out.
Yeah, I love this and the original poster, but this one especially. But let me tell you, this is probably my least favorite out of all of them.
Can you tell this is made from what was left?
Yes, you can.
That's its biggest problem, I think.
And the thing I hate about it, probably the most, is just a lot of the movie feels like filler. Especially with when Toxie, goes and works for, what the fuck are they called again?
Apocalypse Inc.
Apocalypse Inc. Yeah, that whole portion of the movie, I was bored to fucking tears. Also, Slasher Home Video put over the design for the devil. I kind of fucking hate it, to be honest with you. Yeah, like it doesn't look cool enough.
Like as a devil, or just like in general.
Just in general, I don't like the design. I feel like the design looks, and again, for a Troma movie, that's kind of stupid to say, but it almost looks too cheap. And again, like, you get the poster, I'm expecting like this awesome fucking demon, and then I got this fucking asshole in the fucking mask with some fucking horns.
Power Ranger villain.
Yeah. So that's
right on cue.
Yeah,
kind of reminds me of a
Matt's
Power
all right.
Ranger. Yeah, and I can see that for sure. But I mean, fuck, dude, Ultraman in the '60s had better fucking looking shit than that. Regardless, I still do like the movie. There's gore bits that are cool, especially towards the end of the movie when Toxie fucking destroys the devil and all the maggots and shit. Like that was really cool. And I still enjoy being with Toxie the whole time. I just didn't.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Like, I can still, they're still watchable because, I totally get that, because this one is everyone knows this is.
Yeah, I just really despise the whole when he's working for fucking Apocalypse Inc. and fucking that portion really took me out of the movie, and then it won me back over by the end. But still,
I think if this would have been one movie that was 2 hours, you would have had a better film out of it. Because let me tell you, you haven't even brought it up yet, and I'm kind of shocked. The opening video store scene.
Yes, that's where I was gonna go. That is kick ass.
I fucking love it. Yeah, it's meta. It's breaking the fourth wall. I don't give a shit. That's just fun. That's Troma. And I talk about it all the time. I grab screen grabs. I always say, Dan tries to you got to get the standee. It needs the mop attachment. That's the mop attachment. You see it on there? Now you can see it even better. That's the standee with the mop attachment.
You probably could.
I know. I'm not talking about recreating. I'm talking factory original, Dan. Not the same thing. Yes, I could easily recreate it. Pug's already talked to me about making we could easily make it.
Make a 3D one, dude. Yeah.
Ben Grimm just came up with a better ending to this movie, by the way. Fucking having the devil turn into a kaiju and him and Toxie fight in fucking Tokyo. That would have fucking made it the best Toxic Avenger movie.
Honestly, when I first saw this, I thought that's where it was gonna go. I'm like, oh, they're gonna make him grow. Cool. And they never do.
Yeah. So
Toxie versus Godzilla.
Yeah. I kind of figured this was going to be. Dan, do you have anything good to say about this? I'm curious where you land. I remember, I didn't say this earlier before you jump in. I remember being super excited for, a new Toxie movie. Shocked as you guys may be, me saying that, I was super excited. Got the poster, made sure the video store saved me that shit. And got the tape. super excited, and I enjoyed it as a kid. I really did. It was more Toxie, so yeah. But as a film, there's some good bits in it. I like some stuff. Like I love the opening. I love it. But
the movie is a mess. You can tell certainly that it was made, with leftovers. You're right. The opening video store scene is kick ass. I thought that the whole thing with Apocalypse Inc. only wanting their mainstream tapes in the video store was hilarious, especially
I talk for Apocalypse Now being on in the movie theaters too.
Yeah, and all these years later, Lloyd still talks about that. So it's funny seeing at this point when he was really being fucked with by these video chains. I like the gag about redneck zombies being in the Disney section, and the whole opening is just fantastic.
The redneck zombie guys is one of the main.
Yeah, Pericles. Yeah. Yes.
He's the one with the makeup on half of his face.
Yes.
And shaved head.
Yeah, he's in there. And I mean the gore in the opening, the fingers being shredded, and really cool decapitation. I won't spoil everything, but and I kind of like the whole concept of Toxie basically being out of work and working the menial job and everything, but it does, once you get past that, it does kind of just meander like a motherfucker for a while, and that's
I'm gonna have to defer to my second favorite superhero movie. Superman 3 did it better. Just saying.
There you go. And
which is legitimately my second favorite.
I mean, again, the recycled footage and everything, it just makes it a little bit of a slog. I still love Toxie. I still love Claire, but it's not enough. Once you get past that beginning part where it just peaks, there's nothing really fantastic about the rest of the movie, unfortunately. But
yeah, I'm not a huge Claire guy. I'm a Sarah 100%. I don't know if it has to do with the fact that Phoebe hates Lloyd now because she doesn't understand that the character in the cartoon is not Phoebe. She doesn't get that's a cartoon character and not her. So she's mad at Lloyd, wants money for that. So there's that.
It's not even her likeness. It's stupid bitch.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to say that much.
Oh, you didn't. I did.
But,
going hard.
See, Superman 3 needs to be on farce. I'll note that and make sure Ozzy gets that memo. Then I have to talk about 4. But anyway.
The school bus thing, I mean, it was a fun enough finale. Just
but Lloyd on this one, just again, he was trying to conform with the mainstream. The Toxic Avenger 2 and 3 and Class of Nukem High 2 and 3 suffer, but at least those two, while they don't live up to the first and kind of have more of this tone, are still R-rated pictures that are not like they're full films. They're not like 2 split in half. So it feels, those are a little, I don't want to say better than the Toxies, but I mean, they feel better in the series, I guess I'll say. Now with the look of Toxie on this, one thing I was going to say is the reason it's different than the first. This one's actually a mask that the lips are glued for the talking.
Yeah, you could tell too.
Yeah, because they went with the eye with the prosthetic because you can see it moves even when it barely worked, but it does move. So that's why they did a little different, but just a little on that. So yeah, you can tell the other one's full prosthetics and this one is a mask. And I don't dislike Toxie's look. We will go over the looks at the end, but yeah. So I'm afraid to do this. All right. Anyone else have anything before we rate this one on Toxic Avenger Part 4?
Part 3?
Part 3?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, then let's go ahead and rate it. Kruger, what are you saying on this one?
I am a generous 3 stars.
That is generous.
I'm a 3 out of 5. Yeah.
All right. Dan?
I'm a 2.5 out of 5. I can't really go higher because it just peaked so early.
Pains me. Yeah, this was closer to probably a 4.5 when I was a kid. I'm a 3.5 now. That's it is. I watch
man,
it.
they can't all be winners.
No, but I love that video store opening. Like I love that.
No, that the opening's great, and I would argue like the final part with the devil like has some like really badass effects.
Yeah,
but man, don't sell me with fucking Toxie and this badass demon on this poster, and then give me that fucking asshole with the fucking horns fucking glued to his head.
Luckily this one didn't get Menendez too, because this was from live home video. So,
it made it.
It didn't get swallowed up like
lemons and ketchup or cinnamon.
Yeah. So all right. So now next up, what are we pivoting? What's next? Next we're gonna hold on.
Little Citizen Toxie.
No, we're kind of going in order. We're gonna move on. We're gonna talk a little bit.
Bitch. All right.
Yeah, Pugs, you gotta wait. We're gonna talk a little bit about the Toxic Crusaders, just a quick bit, but let's check out the intro on this one, and we will. I'll talk this.
I want to watch more of this.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll talk you into it. So here we go.
Toxic Crusaders, Toxic Crusaders. I had no friends, no girls that hugged me till I got radioactive ugly. Toxic Crusaders, Toxic Crusaders. I live in the dump cause the ribs real low. Got a little black Bobby and he loves his soul. Toxic Crusaders, Toxic Crusaders. Now the other boys fight against law. Oh, we're hideously deformed. Hey, I'm sitting on top of the world with my mom, Tutu, and girl. Wow! Toxic Crusaders, Toxic Crusaders, Toxic.
There we
Man.
go. The Toxic Crusaders intro.
What a fucking intro.
Isn't it
So
amazing the revival for this lately? Like, just I knew it was somewhat popular, but like, holy
we
shit.
are coming to the age, Dan, where we grew up with this. Of course,
Yeah.
someone higher up, like, hey, there's money to be made. Nostalgia. People want this.
The merch is
120
wild.
licenses. That's what Lloyd said. 120 licenses on Toxic Crusaders.
I would just say in general though, with horror, like I feel like we're getting so much more shit licensed and so much more shit out there like in the last like 10 years. Like it's been kind of wild.
It is spreading to where the internet.
Well, I think they realize that
more
like
accessible,
dumbasses. I think they realize dumbasses like us will fucking pay money for anything, like if it involves with something that we love. So,
I do want to mention that the Blu-ray for the Toxic Crusaders will be making its debut December 10th, 2024. So yes, I already have mine pre-ordered. I will.
Is the video game's not out yet, right?
No, we'll talk about that one. That's on the docket.
Okay, Steve just brought that up too.
I was like, yeah, that's coming. We got you. Don't worry.
Yeah, because there'll definitely be some gameplay of me and Todd getting down on the video game.
Yes, because that one we can play together.
Yes.
All right. So, the cartoon. Okay. My first experience with the cartoon was this tape, and this was basically it's the pilot episode, which was a half-hour remake of the Toxic Avenger in cartoon form. So I was a little older when the show came out, so like,
no tutu, which bothered me, but
yeah, but
in the cartoon,
yeah, I know. But yeah, it's that weird era where we got R-rated, like, and this is worse than like the Rambo cartoon and the RoboCop's probably the closest one because guys shot in the dick, but there was no no full head crushings or any of that fun stuff. But yeah, so when this was even a thing, it was like it blew my mind. I was like super excited to finally see it when I got the tape because too early in the morning. I was a teenager. That shit was early. But yeah. So did you watch it as it aired, Pugs?
I was too young to. I'm pretty sure as it aired, but I was too. That shit didn't like register to me. I'm just like, it's fucking Saturday morning. Okay. Where are my cartoons?
What did it air on?
It was Fox.
It was syndicated. I don't remember what market it was here because, like I said, I didn't see. My memory says it was on 13, but I don't remember. So you got the toys after secondhand clearance? I mean, where did that come in? Because
the toys, as they were being released, yeah.
Okay, so you weren't really watching the cartoon as you were just
I'm the timeline. I am unaware if I watched reruns or were they brand new. Yeah,
I get what you're saying. So see Fox and your IC, yeah. So yeah, I know it was different because it was syndicated, but Fox, yeah. So maybe you're right on that. Like I said, that was too early for.
I didn't realize it was only 13 episodes. I remember it being a lot more in my brain, but maybe it's because I watched it often.
And like 13 weeks to your tiny brain probably seemed like 2 years. When you
I remember school years used to take fucking forever. But now I'm like, fuck, that's a breeze. Anyway, shit, I forgot. I lost my train of thought. But the fucking tutu thing was like the only thing that bothered me about the cartoon. I liked all the new characters, and I was hoping, not to jump ahead, but we would get some of those. Because when I started paying attention, when Sis and Toxie started doing the whole promotion thing, I'm like, oh, are we gonna get like a fucking No Zone or like someone from there to here? That'd be fucking cool.
Well, I'll ask you. Yeah, there's a certain scene I'm sure you were waiting for them.
We'll get there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Slasher says he had a coloring book. Yeah. So yeah. See, I wish
lunchbox, the lunch pail. Yeah.
See, I wish I would have grabbed that stuff then, but I was, I was like,
I was a child, didn't know.
Yeah, I was too old. I wasn't a child with the cartoon. Well, I was, but you're right. You're right. I was.
Yeah. No, I remember watching the fucking Swamp Thing cartoon all together. Like, it was just the shit. So, like, the fact that they could take almost an X-rated fucking property and turn it into this, like a kid-friendly thing and make it work for my tiny brain, shit, yeah. And on the revisit this time, I still enjoyed it. Like, I'm not gonna fucking pinpoint episodes that I absolutely adore because like nothing stood out, but I'm like, fuck, this just feels good. I want some cereal while I watch this.
Yeah, because like I watched it later, when it came out. Like I saw the tapes and then when the DVDs, and I finally watched the entire series. I'd seen like the movie one also, which is the first 4 episodes, but like watching the whole series.
It's out of order though, because that one with the mom happens way later.
No, there you go. See, I didn't know, or I didn't realize. Did you watch the movie too? And the series?
Of course.
Okay, I just checking. Okay, so your recollection is better on that one than me. So, yeah, and Slasher says it still holds up to a lot of meta jokes.
Yeah. Yeah, but my little kid brain did not get like fucking a third of those fucking things. I was just happy to see these bright colors kicking ass. Now I like dark colors kicking.
Yeah, ass. What happened to you, Bugs? Look at those beautiful colors on that poster.
I grew up.
You grew down. No, I'm just... I like to see what's going on. I'm old.
Yeah,
all right, Dan. So you obviously saw the movies first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, did you watch the cartoon as a kid?
I did. Anything, really horror or connected to movies I love. You mentioned like RoboCop and all these random beautiful random cartoons. Rambo. Oh, there's so much.
Rambo made you mad?
Yeah, because G.I. Joe did it, but it didn't register. Because every time like Rambo would blow up like the enemy helicopter, you'd see the guy.
Yeah, nobody died. Yeah,
I'd be like, that doesn't happen in it happened every week on G.I. Joe. But
I want to see these cartoons.
Dude, I'm still hot about the fucking Aliens cartoon not happening for the toy line. They were gonna do a Kenner like Aliens toy line cartoon that was gonna go with the little comics that came with the toys, and it never happened.
Too late. Make it happen now. God.
Real.
Hulu, make a fucking show and a cartoon show. Make it all. Milk that bitch.
I really love this one. I thought it was an excellent cartoon. It was even competition for a minute with like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
We're actually going to transition into that and do our next subject before we.
Which is
let's not drop that line in the sand.
Yeah, well,
I never thought it was that popular. Like I've heard that in like recent years, and I was like, really? I almost thought this was somewhat obscure as a cartoon goes, and I'm like, holy shit! All these signs coming out.
Well, I'm just going to transition to it right now since we're already going there. Overall, if you haven't seen the cartoon, we're not going to number rate this one because it's a series and we all haven't revisited it. Mm-hmm. But unless you want to, Pugs. So overall, I say check it out. It's streaming on Troma now, all remastered in 4K, and
it's also on Prime. But the better quality is on Troma now.
Yes, I was going to say yeah. And they are going to be out on Blu-ray at the end of the year. So there's that. So let's all right, let me transition to our next topic, which is the unproduced remake, or I should say remakes. So you get it. All right. So
this one I'm just going to have to learn here.
Yeah, this is me just talking for you guys. All right. So I don't know if you remember, April 7th, 2010, Kaufman confirmed that a PG-13 remake of the Toxic Avenger had been greenlit to be produced by, I don't know. This was the first attempt at a general audience, family-friendly version of the franchise. But the first remake, actually, I did them out of order. That's on me. The first one is the live action one New Line was going to make, which is where Dan was going. The popularity of the Toxic Crusaders and the Turtles. They were threatened by it. New Line bought the rights to the Toxic Crusaders to produce a Toxic Crusaders movie. Basically to bury it and never make it. Because they were
for that. They could have double dipped.
They
could have they could have gotten ahead of the game.
No, they totally could have. Playmates already made both of the toy lines. And looking at
and
those
you're already
toy
fucking
lines,
in business with those fucks.
And looking
they
at
did
the
fight
toy lines,
when I played. Yeah,
were they not the exact same thing? Like they were not interchangeable. Like the villains on both,
they fit.
So yeah, I love New Line, but it was a dick move. They were trying. Yeah, we saw that Turtles 3. That's what you get, motherfuckers. Anyway, sorry, you probably like that one too, Bugs.
No, I don't. I don't like Turtles 3. I love 2, and I'm a weirdo for that apparently.
Yeah, well,
I don't give a shit.
It's no one, but I can watch it. I'll talk shit on Ninja Rap because it's hard to watch. But other than that, no, if it was, oh Jesus Christ. But yeah, the PG-13 one that was announced 2010. Never, it was one of the ones that just kind of got quiet.
So were they going to base that more on the cartoon?
What?
Were they going to base that more on the cartoon then?
The PG-13 one, that one wasn't. No, this is actually the one Schwarzenegger was attached to. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah. It was like, what the
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, it was supposed to be co-written and directed by Steve Pink. And then, in 2016, then it got updated to Conrad Werner will direct the film, and then they did a rewrite, and then is this movie cursed? We'll talk about that later. But then in November of 2020, that's when actually it was 2018. Legendary announced that they were doing something with the property.
Can you imagine Arnold just in the Toxie outfit? What he would have
I was never thrilled with it, but
you can see it though. He can't play
I can. But his age was already because I kept thinking he's got to be the bad guy or something else in it. I just couldn't.
Probably.
That's reassuring, man.
Yeah, I don't think
that's what we thought with Dinklage, and look what happened. Well, that's what I thought anyway.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into that when we talk about that one. But yeah, so it took 3 tries to get 3 tries that we know about to actually get the remake because we have the the two before that just didn't. Yeah, I don't know what the films would have been. I know there's some articles in the Troma Times. I know the first one specifically they talked about, and that the cartoon, and New Line just. I remember being excited, then it never happening, and then finding out why later, it was even more disappointing. So there we go. Like for the unproduced remakes, there's not too much on this. So we will. What's next there? Is it time, Pugs? Should I quit stalling?
Is it?
It is. So let's go ahead and move on to
kick that fucking door open.
And let's go ahead and check out the trailer. Not the one with Hugh Hefner, because Troma made him remake it. So check it out.
Years ago, a legend was born, idolized by every man, desired by every woman. He's battled all forms of evil and won every time. And now he's returned to face his greatest enemy, himself.
Oh my God! It's the Toxic Avenger! Tromaville's favorite hideous uniformed creature of superhuman size and strength! Toxic!
You gotta stop. Yourself. The evil version of you. You've gone power mad.
Say it ain't so!
It is so.
The evil version of me?
Yeah. I never trusted Toxie! Yeah!
Toxie's a hero!
Heroes don't double amputate police chief! Stay back, everybody! He's armed. And hurl 12-year-old children into brick walls!
I've assembled the only team capable of bringing him in.
All right, Toxie, freeze right there!
Superheroes, Dolphin Man, Mad Cowboy, Sergeant Kabuki Man, NYPD, Master Bader!
I'm not going to die, not in Jersey.
We don't want to kill you, but we will. Well, if that's a Toxic Avenger, where's that morbidly obese ward and sidekick, Fatis?
It's lard-ass punk!
You're pregnant with 2 babies.
2 babies?
From what appears to be 2 completely different fathers. And that's preposterous!
You rule, Dad.
God?
Yeah, what do you want?
I'm your daddy now.
Melvin? What the hell is going on here?
There can be only one.
Come to Mama. Dad!
No slug.
Man, I used to watch that trailer all the time till that goddamn movie came out.
Yeah, long.
Well,
time
and my
anyway.
patient, no, I did not, Dan. My pocketbook did not put up with that nonsense. I paid Troma the $150 to get that early work print version of Citizen Toxie, the Toxic Avenger. Nerd. No, that was just me. I needed to see.
Chat's pointing out where we lost a lot of people. Lardass, Joe Fleischicker is gone. Julie Strain, Lemmy, sadly.
Lemmy,
Yeah. Well, I'll just go out and just say I don't love this one, to be honest with you.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, I still enjoy it, but it's like kind of like on the same level as Toxic Avenger 2 for me. I just felt like they kind of went to the same well with a lot of the kills, which I get why they did, but I was expecting more a little bit more creativity when it came to that. And I'm not big into the multiverse stuff. I think that shit is fucking stupid, and I don't like it in movies that we have now, with like superhero movies and stuff. And it didn't work.
Troma does it better though.
Okay, whatever. I don't watch fucking Marvel and all that bullshit, basically because of the multiverse horseshit. So I wasn't crazy into the story, but it does have its gags. It is, again, super offensive, and I do like it, but it doesn't hold a candle to the first movie for me at all. Like, the first movie, I feel like, is the pinnacle, and everything that has come afterwards is, definitely like a couple of steps below. And this kind of just felt like kind of on the same level as Toxic Avenger 2, where I enjoy it. I had a good time with it, but it doesn't hold a candle to the first film for me.
But Sergeant Kabuki Man's more Todd than Todd.
No, and like, let me tell you, like, that part of it probably is what hurt the movie the most for me. Is I didn't like Kabuki Man. I didn't like the fucking dumbass dolphin or any of that bullshit.
Oh, was I a dolphin? No, not a fan of Dolphin Man. All right, as long as you're not disrespecting the masturbator, Dan's role model.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe that's why I didn't like it. It reminded me too much of
I wanted the Dolphin Man spin-off. Come on.
You know who is the original Dolphin Man? Let's check our Troma knowledge. Anyone here?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay, I'll just give you this. Do you know where he was created? Why he was created?
Miami. Oh, really? I was just shot in the dark because
no, you're getting closer. Well, not really.
Okay.
It was Khan, but Steve Kometko from E Entertainment Television is the original Dolphin Man, if you remember the Wild On series and all the E stuffs. And
oh shit, okay.
And they created him for him because of him, and then they put him in the movie and made him an actual Troma character because of that. Well, at least, yeah, for this one to get killed off. But and that same dolphin, the same Dolphin Man head is also used in Terra Firma.
Okay, cool.
See, for me, this is my definitive era of Troma filmmaking.
They were firing on all cylinders around
this. Troma, like you have like from the Edge TV era through this. I mean, you have Terra Firma. There's so much stuff that they did.
Romeo and Juliet. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the beginning of that era of the golden. Is right there. Is Romeo and Juliet, and yeah. So, like I do like. Well, we'll get into the ranking, but yeah, I absolutely love this one from the first time I saw it. Not just because I paid way too much for it to watch it early, and I would do it again because I love it that much. But yeah, it's just I love everything about it. It was. They immediately come out, and tell you, this is the real sequel. So I'm going to answer that question for you from earlier, Dan. They're in a different part of the multiverse. That is not the Toxic Avenger from the first Toxic Avenger.
Okay, and I see what you're saying, but it wasn't fixed until later.
Oh, you're going to tell me he didn't have it planned out from day one, just like George Lucas? Come on, Dan.
I'm guessing.
Hey, I didn't say when the problem was solved. I just say I solved it, Dan.
Okay, well,
so that actually makes me feel better because I'm like, okay, we can watch the family or friendlier Toxic for 2.
I just like he loves blind chicks, and they just keep getting killed off death.
Well,
someone did bring it up like the Bond girl. I think that would have been fucking amazing. that is a good idea.
but no, not Sarah Claire. What's his third blonde's name? Pugs. I'm blanking on it from the cartoon.
Shit.
And she's not blind. Also, should say that.
Sarah?
No, it's not Sarah or Claire. It's a third one. I'm actually double. Yeah,
double check. I can't remember these hoes' names.
Yeah,
even in cartoons. That's Toxie's bitch.
is blonde. The cartoon is Vaughn. Yeah. Which no, I kind of get. She does have that what the fuck is the Weird Al thing? Fucking instrument.
Weird Al?
Weird Al. You know, the fucking
Weird Al or Weird
You know what instrument is weird?
Accordion?
Yes, she has the accordion,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
which Phoebe did introduce in the I know.
Okay. I didn't hear Weird Al. I heard starts with the L.
Oh, no. Weird Al.
Weird
I
Al. I don't know where we're at.
I know, it's all right.
You could have solved that with Urkel. But you
I
hate Urkel.
I didn't even know Urkel had an accordion. And I just couldn't think of
for real?
accordion. All I know is he had like an alter ego that wasn't as cool as Melvin. But no, yeah. Oh, I'm just did Pugs overhype this one to you, Kruger? I know.
Did you even listen to me when I said it though? Because
I don't know.
day one I've been sucking this off for.
No, you guys have always put this movie over for sure.
Yeah.
But
dude, for me, it's fucking up there.
Oh, yeah.
I was there for the hype. I knew it was coming out, and I got excited. I didn't have a job though, so I couldn't get the early screening, so I had to wait. And it was fucking worth.
And I wasn't hanging out with you 20 years ago, Puck. Sorry.
No, we established that.
yeah.
I was
Like,
cool.
hey, little kid at XBW, you want to come watch Toxic Citizen Toxic?
Hell yeah, I love the cartoon. Let's go.
Pugs would have been.
I would have gotten
and
the
that's You almost got ridden on by the Dark Overlord. So
this is. Oh, sorry, Pugs.
Hold on, Dan.
Go for it.
I know I've sucked this dick since before I even became a part of the show officially. I fucking adore this thing. I love everything about it. It's like it was just me and my love of Star Wars. I have a show number now. Phantom Menace. That's what this did for me. It re-kicked it off. It felt like the first one, except amplified. Since my now teenage brain can understand a lot of these jokes, and I should not be watching this. I should not enjoy this as much as I do.
I'd love to have your abortion.
The diaper mafia scene, the opening fucking scene. I almost threw up laughing so fucking hard.
I figured, yeah.
See,
so fucking good.
Tito, into lunch day? Hell yeah, we're gonna start that every month.
You're gonna say something?
Yeah.
No, I think. I think that's where it kind of turned me off, because it felt like they were trying way harder than they ever had. You know what I mean? When it comes to the gross out.
See,
shit.
I thought it felt natural. Like they finally found.
They
finally know how to do what they want to accomplish.
I think I see what the thing though. See, here's the thing. I think we got used to because it is a totally different tone from the first film. But as the Troma's tone has grown throughout the movies, it kind of gets there. But
yeah, see, I wasn't watching Troma movies
that's what
religiously. So and again,
this feels natural because this you can tell it's feels like something like a terra firma. It has that vibe, which is a lot more.
Which I still haven't seen.
Well, I don't know where you're going to land now.
I don't know.
I know. You know what? I think that one will hit. There's no multiverse.
I did see Joe Lynch in this movie though, which was kind of funny.
Yeah, there's tons of people that pop up in this.
Yeah.
Let me finish blowing Noxie real quick.
Okay. Go ahead.
You take fucking this iconic person that I fucking love, the Toxic Avenger, and you dress him all in black and you put a fucking N on him. You think I'm not gonna love this guy? And his mop is double-sided like fucking Darth Maul. Fucking cool as shit. Hilarious, gory, violent, and yeah, I probably watched it 3 times the first day I got it. So this movie is the shit to me. I fucking love it.
I will say I do love the baby scene.
No. Oh, you should hear the commentary. There's lots of words I can't say now, but Lloyd was not very happy with Little People after Mini-Me because everyone quadrupled the rates. They wanted to be ridden to the set in limos and wanted $4,000. So that's why Lloyd's we're just using kids for that fucking baby. Right, so we got Hank the Angry Drunken Dwarf. That's our.
Oh, dude, Hank the Drunken Dwarf as God popped me so hard as a Howard Stern fan.
There you
Tell
go.
the Pope he's an asshole.
I'm
You don't know
surprised
me.
he got those words to come out of his mouth.
Dude, literally, Howard Stern, one of my favorite feuds is Hank the Drunken Dwarf and fucking Beetlejuice. Oh my God.
Well, he was smart. He got to get it plugged on Howard Stern because of that. So,
yeah.
Well, I think this is a fucking perfect Troma film. I love everything about it. The humor, the gore, the everything. I just thought they were firing on all cylinders. Trent Haga opening it up with the diaper mafia, Debbie Rashawn, all the people that, you know, we kind of associate with Troma for this era. I just, man, just everything. Ron Jeremy's kill, I thought was fucking awesome.
they're going to cancel James Gunn again for this movie.
Sergeant Kabuki, man, like I said, being more Todd than Todd. The ending of this one,
Drunk
makes me
Kabuki
laugh.
man is my hero.
How they ended this movie is, to me, one of the best gags. Just the look on Toxie's face, and if you've seen it, you know. I'm man, this is just about as good as it gets. I'm not saying it's my favorite Troma movie, but this is everything that a Troma movie should be. I don't usually like the multiverse stuff either, but I think it works great here. They do it a lot better than
I didn't even
Marvel does.
I didn't even realize it was a multiverse movie at the time. I was just like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, you didn't really
have a
think
name
of
to
that.
it. Yeah,
You didn't really think of that at the time. The Tombstone pile driver with the head coming out the ass. I mean, Melvin, your penis magically turned into a vagina. I'm just like you, Pugs. I was laughing so hard this one fucking hurt.
I think I did throw up, guys. Like, I know I tasted throw up, but I think a little bit came out. It was too fucking funny.
It was. This is genuinely hilarious. I mean, Terra Firma we reference a lot. I'm a big Poultrygeist guy, but this one makes you laugh so hard your fucking sides hurt. I thought it was.
And if I'm talking about
on par, maybe.
I didn't get to get my favorite line out there. Am I able to?
Go for it. Hopefully.
Okay.
I'm afraid.
I'm never going to get laid, so why can't I masturbate? Guys, for like the fucking following month, that's all I would say. Anytime there was dead silence. So good. And it's fucking, what, 50 and up? Fucking gross.
Tito's great. Just every single actor here is cast perfectly.
We haven't brought up the best sidekick since Lardass.
Oh yes, fuck yes.
With Pugs' favorite origin story of any superhero, I'm guessing. Am I right?
Which one is this?
The black sidekick?
No, I'm just kidding. Yes, of course.
Oh.
The fucking head.
And what they do with this buddy. I can't repeat those lines, but they were good.
Me on Patreon.
But yeah, but Lloyd said like the whole thing with this was like he got tired of people asking, well, when he impersonates the people asking, it was pretty funny. But why do people keep coming up and asking who would win if Kabuki Man and Toxie fought? So he figured out a way to find out. So there you go. But yeah, I also love evil Kabuki Man in this one too. But
just regular Kabuki Man's pretty pretty bad too.
Well, it's drunken Kabuki Man. No. He's all right. I didn't see him do anything wrong. She's a big girl now.
I slipped.
Yeah.
Just that look. The way they ended it.
I love Doug Sackman, but I also love Paul Camise as the Sergeant Kabuki Man from this universe. He played it for quite a few years after the first movie.
I think he's the best one, and I love Doug Sackman. But...
Well, it's like the Kabuki Man stuff. I love it for different reasons, but yeah, in the movies. But he also actually knew the martial arts too, so that's him doing the fighting. So
yeah,
that was cool. I don't know what else is there to put over on this one.
Everything, yeah.
I know. I just
Diaper Mafia.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but like always, Lloyd didn't just do the whole toxic waste on this one. He touches on school shooting. He touches on. I know Dan's getting mad. I even said it. He touches upon.
I want Dan to have that leather jacket that Tito had. I think it's badass.
they touch upon the abortion issue. I mean, Lloyd's always just trying to, have something in there to think.
Go everywhere he shouldn't go.
Yeah, and that's I look at Shakespeare #Shakespeare shit. So that's another one. But I mean, I love what Lloyd does. I always have. Yeah, maybe not my favorite Troma movie, maybe not even my favorite Toxic Avenger, but I do think it's the best made.
It's on the Mount Rushmore for me.
Yeah. So, yeah, like if you ask me one of my favorite what my favorite Troma movies, I will say Terra Firma, Citizen Toxie is the ones I'll recommend. I love Toxic Avenger, but it may obviously most people know that one, so that's not really a Troma recommendation. If you're asking me for Troma movies, you know what the fuck the Toxic Avenger one is. So,
fair point.
So rating wise,
Poultrygeist, by the way,
that's a good one.
Okay,
that's up there, dude. I love that fucking movie so much.
Rating
though for Citizen Toxie,
yeah.
For me, I'm a 3.5.
Okay, not bad. I know Pugs. Go for it.
10 out of 5.
Okay, Dan.
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
Throw me up there too.
Yeah.
Soccer, I know.
It was funny as shit back then. It's even funnier now. It's like it's. I mean, I would just put this up there with just comedies, period, in terms of laugh quotient. Because, again, I'm just like Pugs. I mean, it still makes me laugh until I can't breathe. It's fucking.
I will say that fat fuck sucking their toes with the cheese did give me half a chub. So
that's probably when Dan ran away out of the room. And we had Sarah and Claire. Further proving the multiverse theory.
There you go. They made sense of it eventually.
But we don't have a Vaughn, so. But now we're going to go to a different universe altogether. And I believe this one, Kruger will be not hanging out in the universe with us. But here we go. I will show you what we are talking about next. Let's check it out.
The Toxic Avenger. He's a different kind of hero.
Melvin, you're looking more and more like your father every day.
The classic story of the Beauty and the Beast. He's a hero who fights for the safety of New Jersey. And she's a blind librarian who just wants to fall in love. Could this be the greatest love story ever told?
The Legend of the Toxic Avenger.
The Toxic Avenger, now on Broadway HD.
Man, I'm a little bent that I didn't fucking watch this now.
And it's all right. I botched you because this isn't streaming on Troma now.
I thought it is.
No, it's
because I swore I saw it on there.
No, it's not. I botched that one, so now you guys are all sorry. Not streaming on Troma now. It's on Broadway HD, or you can pick it up on DVD. So yeah,
okay. Because I was a little bent. Like I wanted to get it in, but I just had no fucking time today. I literally had to watch all 4 Toxic Avengers right before we got on stream. So,
well, this one I actually saw this one live. I thought I saw the other version. I found out what the differences are. There's actually 2 musicals. Well, there's a few different versions, but I got confused because there was 2 traveling companies at the time. There was one called the Toxic. I don't remember. It had Kill somehow worked in the title, Music Kill, I think. And that one was like just a real small one that they did. Like, I can't remember, a college thing. This is the one that like got, well, there's 2 touring companies in what?
Where did you see it?
Costa Mesa It wasn't at the Performing Arts Center. It was on the other side
I
of
thought
the
it might have been
mall.
that Riverside, the community.
I saw this with
whatever.
No, I don't. I saw this with the Hernandezes and Andre. And I can't
Oh no
remember.
shit!
Yeah, Andre was with us.
All right.
So, but yeah, there's two touring companies. This
Where
one,
the fuck didn't I go?
I have no idea. I could have. I don't know why.
Might have been early.
Maybe.
Before.
But yeah, I actually, like I said, I saw it. I didn't realize that the differences were the two touring companies were really just the look of Toxie. He had like weird dreads. I hated it. But
like Mop?
the no, I mean Toxie, yeah. But this one he like looks like Toxie, like this. So I guess that was the only difference between these two musicals was the touring companies. Like mine was.
You know my main beef, right?
With
the musicals, with this one in particular, the Toxie's look. The tutu. Why the fuck does no one put him in the goddamn tutu?
I know they didn't do that.
The looks more off the cartoon with the pants and the orange, but
yeah.
I mean the blue, whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
the tutu is so important. What the fuck?
No, I agree. Like this one isn't like based on the movie. I mean, there's it's obviously took its influence.
It takes beats, but it takes major fucking liberties.
Yeah, I was expecting Evil Dead the musical, and that's not what I got.
Oh, okay. No.
How is Evil Dead the musical? Is that good?
That one, yeah.
Very good.
You like the movie? Pugs is quiet. Does he not like it?
I haven't seen it, but the one I would recommend is fucking Reanimator the musical. I don't know if it's on video.
Little Shop of Horrors is always good too.
I've never seen that live. I know it's finally going to come to South Coast Plaza.
They've done like, dude, they've been doing it for the last like.
Yeah, I just never got it. I've just never caught it. So
yeah, I almost went, but then I watched the live stream of it, and it looked awesome.
Yeah.
Slash Your Own Video says Tutu doesn't sell action figures. Incorrect, sir. They haven't marketed it out yet. We don't know.
And all my Toxic Avenger action figures. Of course, I only have the giant one out, but I didn't have. Yeah, I might have tutus. Most of them.
See?
The Toxic Avenger figures, dude. The Toxic Crusaders.
Yeah, well, that little fucking classic. I forget what the fuck the style is, but they put out a classic.
The Mego one.
Yeah, the Mego one from fucking Walmart.
Yeah. Yeah. That's that one has basically if it's the first movie, it's got the right. Yeah. Why do I know I complain like I want a Kabuki Man figure, but we need an action figure line of the first movie. I want everyone.
Like all the. I'm sure NECA would be down with it.
No, they never do.
We can get them custom made also.
Yeah, I know.
A little more expensive.
But anyway,
Ben Grimm just said there's a fucking Teeth musical. Yeah, I gotta see that.
Oh shit.
Yes, there is. I heard that a while back. I don't know if it's debuted yet, but
Slasher says Migos are always ugly as hell. It actually works really well on Toxie, I think. Like the figure in the head. I thought it. Yeah, I get what you mean though. Like some are kind of funky. But yeah, musical itself. Okay, your guys' first time watch. This is my first time watching the Broadway HD version, which is the one that was released on DVD. So what'd you guys think?
I was impressed. I like musicals. So like, obviously I'm a musician. I fucking like that shit. I like the way, it was a fucking small orchestra up on top and like they included them in the play part of the musical, which was fun. Yeah, fun songs, well written, but my favorite stuff throughout the whole thing, I'm probably the ad libs, like when because like they don't take themselves too seriously. They break character and they start cracking up in the scene. I love that. Like as long as it's not in a movie, as long as like a play or like a musical, I can tolerate that shit. When Homegirl started busting up and like trying to hide her face, that was just too funny. I do think this might have overstayed its welcome a little bit, but I was watching it at home. There was no intermission.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah,
but so I think that's a factor. So I'm not gonna take a point away from it, but that's a maybe. So, yeah. Overall, I thought it was great. I would go see it. I would like to actually.
Yeah.
Dan?
I thought there was a lot of catchy tunes in this. I mean, obviously, you know, when you're there in person, you're not going to notice like, okay, that effect could have been better, or little things like that. But I mean, I think it's well worth watching if you're a fan. Not quite as perverted as Citizen Taxi. We don't have like the Diaper Mafia coming out for a song, or Tromaville's
Hit me
school.
up. I will help write that project.
But I think this one is a great love letter to the movies. Like I said, I still have some of the songs in my head, and that's how I judge musicals generally. It's like if it sticks with me. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Not as R-rated as you maybe want it to be at times, but I think this one was a good time, and I thought the cast was great. I agree. Even the couple crack ups just worked for it.
Yeah, it made it better.
Yeah, Sarah, the actress that played Sarah, I thought was particularly funny.
Yeah. Overall, I still want that Troma. Like I still want that like film musical. You know what I mean?
Mm. Oh, okay. Yeah. Why the fuck can't this shit do
that? But yeah, I do. Yeah. I rewatching them at least look more like Toxic. I did like it a lot better this time. Yeah, the DVD's really cheap if you guys want to add it to your Troma collection. Or sorry, maybe not everyone has those, but if you want to check it out, the DVD's cheap. But yeah, so anything else on the musical? I mean, I don't really have much to add.
No, it comes back. And Slash Home Video says Diaper Mafia the musical.
Right?
Bring the fucking noise.
Tread Haga, you're gonna be starring and directing.
All right. So what would you guys rate this one as a musical? Or as a whatever.
I'll give it a 3.5. 3.5 out of 5.
All right. Dan?
Yeah, 3.5.
I'm a 3. My expectations were high though. So
yeah. If you want it like super dirty and raunchy, that I could see being an issue.
And once again, I botched right there. It is not streaming on Troma now. You can pick it up on DVD, or you can see it on Broadway HD. So there we go with that. All right.
Broadway HD has caught my attention though. There's some shit I want to see on there.
They need Book of Mormon. That's what I want to see. A clean copy of Book of Mormon. I still haven't seen it.
You've seen the play though, right?
No. At all.
Dude.
I know.
When it comes back, we'll go. It's one of the best things ever written and performed.
I'm sure.
I'll fucking sing the song right goddamn now. It's so good.
I don't even know what it is. I'm afraid, so probably not.
Evil Y. That's all I'll say.
Okay. Luckily, I don't know what that means. Okay, so next we're going to talk about. Well, here we go. This is what we're going to talk about next. All right, let me find the right trailer. Oh shoot! Am I out of order? Oh no, I'm not. Okay, maybe I am. Okay. Here's what we're talking about next.
There are still no leads as to the identity of
the freaky folk hero remains at large. Sir, what did you see last night?
I heard gunshots, saw blood. Handsome fella had his arm tore off like wet bread, and the creature run off into the night.
He looks like a fucked up hot dog.
That part was very shocking to me. Motherfucker.
Can we put that up? Anyone that may have encountered the strange. Breaking news. A group of armed extremists, the Nasty Lads, they've taken hostages at a Mistmeat Lunchatorium downtown.
Let's go live.
We are the Nasty Lads! We are angry!
Go, go, go!
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah. What the hell is it?
He's a hero.
The Toxic Avenger.
That's what the kids are calling him. I think it's swell.
Stop bullshitting, Legendary. Let us see it again.
Yeah, you sons of bitches. I have been waiting fucking over a year.
Breaking my heart, god damn it.
Let me see the midget Toxic Avenger, god damn it.
Dan's sending me times already.
Whoops. Fuck you, Peter Dinklage.
Yes, fuck Peter Dinklage.
No, dude, fuck him.
No. We're not yet. Dan, do not start another war with another little person. I do not want another Fonda Caro.
No, I hope he gets bundied. God damn it. Fuck him.
Big fan.
And I botched this one too. This literally says streaming on Troma now. How did I botch that one so goddamn bad?
It will not be.
Okay. Well, now I botched it. No.
It's fine.
Right,
whatever.
you can fix it in post. Just blur it.
We're still no, can't. I'm stuck.
You can blur the whole thing actually. but
Fucking do it live.
So only half of us got to see this.
Yeah, you pieces of shit.
All right. Well, all right. Well, first we're going to talk about the whole situation. Well, I mean, Pugs, you've seen the movie too. So, unreleasable?
No, by all means, it is good to go now. Whether you want to put it on a big screen, limited is fine, but it's wide release ready. But
so,
if,
does it feel like a Troma movie? And I know it's not. So it still has the Troma spirit
on steroids.
And you can already tell from that little bit you just saw there that there is plenty of there's an homage to the other films. Like, I mean, you can see that they're very clearly what they're referencing.
I'll give this up. There's no fucking diaper mafia. That was upsetting. But other than that,
is it like
you guys are going to like it.
They obviously homage them though, as we see in the trailer.
So is it like a Troma's greatest hits tribute?
No, not well. I didn't catch any poultry guys, but like there's like just toxic Avenger stuff.
There's some stuff you're gonna catch. I mean, there's it being a reboot. There's obvious, stuff that you're like, okay, yeah, this is they're. It's you're still gonna see beats from the original film. I'll say that.
Yeah. I do believe in my heart of hearts that almost every Toxic Avenger fan will enjoy this. They will find something to like.
Even the vocal ones about the
it's just they're mad they haven't seen it yet. Yeah, he'll change your mind. Like it was a hard sell in the beginning. Like, oh, I wonder if they're gonna switch him up or do something weird. But nope, out of the park.
Homeboy and it has heart too.
A lot. Yep.
Yeah, if I was going to compare it to another genre picture with the heart it has, I'd say something like Frankenhooker. There's that much heart.
That's cool. Yeah. And the amount of gore in this is very pleasant. If like, I'm not going to go as far as like the substance or something like that, but like, it's cool with it. Like, it's splattering.
That makes me excited.
Yeah, and see, I don't think at all unreleasable, but I get why the marketing people don't know what to do. They don't see a picture like this, so that should give you an idea, Dan, of how Troma I think it is. If I knew that the marketing people were going to have no clue what to do with it.
Yeah, like I figured no Troma school for the special kind of stuff in this, but I you can still hit the tone. You can still I'm
tell.
Happy if they can do 80%. And that would make me happy.
If you look at the trailer, you can see, like, even the trailer doesn't look or sound or feel like a normal trailer.
No, it does not. Kevin Bacon and the Diaper Mafia would be epic.
I wish this would have came out. Wood. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude. Another one. But imagine if this would have came out around the same time as Maxine, and we would have got 2 Kevin Bacon movies. That'd been fucking cool. But
I still think that I was saying they needed to put this out before Deadpool, the cure for the superhero fatigue.
No,
it's different now. It's like you just had that big kind of movie. Like, I don't know why they didn't.
No, they should have.
Like that's
no,
just
actually.
So
no, they did fuck up. They should have put it on like VOD or streaming right when Deadpool went out. You're right on that. Fuck.
Yeah,
Dumbasses.
I mean, I'm still disappointed we're not getting. There's no way we're getting it on its 50th anniversary or the 40th anniversary of Toxic Avenger. The clock has run out. We're not getting it this year. I just hope we get it next year. Fuck, you know what? I don't give a shit. Dump it in January. I'm fine with that. You
can still get it streaming. We won't get it like. Wide release.
I get they're trying to recoup the money because like everyone's just drop dump it on Troma now, which it no longer says. But Troma doesn't own it, so it's not up to them. It's up to Lionsgate, and they spent X amount of money, and they're going to want to recoup it. Now, here's the thing: people are worried about this movie being a tax write-off and never being seen. Here's the thing: I don't think they legally can now, and if they try to, you're going to hear us fucking calling some bullshit. Because the movie was publicly screened and publicly paid for. We purchased tickets legitimately for it. So therefore, the film has been released. So how do you write it off?
I don't think they can. I've heard for that same reason. And I mean, look, I'll agree. Putting this in a wide release is 50-50 at best, whether it's going to do business. But it could really surprise people. So why the fuck not? Give it a chance. I think the word of mouth on it, I think actually will probably
fan base alone
based
already.
on how you're describing it, I think it will get decent reviews.
You don't have to think, Dan. All the reviews so far are positive.
Okay, yeah, I haven't looked, but there's a shot. It's not gonna make $50 million at the box office, but I could see it surprising people. So I hope
just
they'll give it a chance.
Do the fucking Poover shit. Release it 1 week.
But the difference is that the budgets. That's where I'd love to see that too. But this one has an actual Hollywood budget, even though a small one, which is gonna, it's not the same as dumping spooky shivers on.
Slash Home Video brought up with the popularity of Terrifier 3. Now's the time to just get it out there, but.
Release it unrated. Hype up.
We've had Long Legs, The Substance, and there's Terrifier 3 all out. Like there's in there. This fits. And this fucking fits, man.
Something like Terrifier 3 was number one at the goddamn box office. We're in a different world.
That was a perfect storm, though. I get it. That was a perfect storm.
I get it, but I think this. I'm going to be optimistic and say this isn't like some $2 million opening and it fails. I think it would do all right.
What was the budget on this?
It's hard to get a solid answer on that. Some people will say 200 million, which is way too much.
No, that's fucking horse shit. That's
to 20. I said people
20 maybe. 20, and I don't think it's any more than 20 million.
Well, no, this movie could easily be way more than you expect with that cast. Kevin Bacon and all the actors in there.
Kevin Bacon's not Kevin Bacon anymore. He has no box office appeal now. I love Kevin Bacon.
But Kevin Bacon isn't whoever's in the fucking Pooh-verse, Dan.
No,
he's also you also throw his name out, you're getting into a room. He can EP that shit. He's still a big
I'll give you maybe 20 million. I don't think it's much more than 20 million.
I can see it be like 30 to 40, actually.
Yeah, I don't know.
You've seen it. So
yeah.
And the CG stuff, you'll get over. It's yeah. Good fuck. I want to see this again so bad.
I know. Well, I know. I don't know if it's better or worse that we.
I can't tell either. Yeah, I don't know which side of the fence I want to be on. Because I'm glad I've seen it, but I just I want to see it again.
Yeah.
Take my fucking money.
It's like I know how good it is, and I want to watch it again.
Yeah.
I can't wait till one day we can. We'll do a watch along. Don't worry, it'll happen one day.
I hope soon. I feel like I'm gonna just get a big surprise, and it's just gonna drop.
I know, maybe they could, like I said, they can drop it in January when it's light, but I don't know. I want it sooner than later. But the whole unreleasable thing has definitely drawn up interest, so hopefully they're taking advantage of that.
I certainly hope so.
All right. What? Okay, we're getting close to the ranking. All right. I don't know what that is. Let's go to our next clip and talk about what's coming soon. Well, we're going to talk video games, so we'll just check that the one that's coming out soon.
Toxic Crusader, Toxic Crusader. I had no friends, no girls would hug me till I got radioactive ugly. Toxic Crusader, Toxic Crusader. I live in the dark 'cause the rent's real low. Got a little pet blob and he loves me so. Toxic Crusader, Toxic Crusader. Now me and the boss we fight
Come on, Crusaders. It's cleanup time.
There we go.
Let's fucking go, dude. I can't wait.
That looks fun. I
also
always
want
want
that
to
fucking
play
song. I almost want to play.
it. Yeah, I'm not a gamer, but fuck it. If next time I'm down there, I'll play that. Just as
I'll play that in a fucking heartbeat.
We'll
Give
go
me that
back.
song.
Yeah, we'll go back to. I didn't pull out Toxic Mayhem, but I'll talk about that real quick. Pull out the original. You know, the first game, the Nintendo Entertainment System Toxic Crusaders game. This was the first game of the. There's 3 versions. I'm gonna tell you that real quick. Toxic Crusaders, the video game. The Nintendo one. They're all different, slightly different games. This was the one I got. It's okay. It's a side scroller. It's decent, but the Sega Genesis version, miles better. Like this one is still playable today. Like I can play this one. This one's fun. You know, there's the whole game. If you remember those things.
I can smell it from here, dude. That's awesome.
But yeah, so this one's fun. There's also a Game Boy port, which is actually also pretty cool too. That's probably the most expensive of the games now, but I say if you're going to play a retro one, however you play your retro games, the Sega Genesis port of Toxic Crusaders has been holding me over till we get the new game.
Yeah, new game looks awesome. Kind of looks like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles RPG.
Yeah, it's exactly that kind of feel and beat 'em up. But you know what? That's what they get.
And The Simpsons.
I call Toxie when we're playing, Todd. You're gonna play as that fucking werewolf.
Oh, I guess we're never playing together.
No zone. I
We'll
call no
take
zone.
turns. Okay. I'm sure we can't be Dr. Killumoff. He's our villain. All right.
Hey man, having you play Leatherface in fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre was a bad idea.
I know, but I got to do it once, so there we go. Fucking so bad. But you know, beat 'em up games, I'm actually decent. So that's
that's
it's
easier. you know they're doing a similar style beat 'em up game with Terrifier now too, right?
I did, yes.
Are they?
Yeah.
I didn't.
I know.
Yeah.
That's
I know.
badass.
I've been playing the Halloween one.
Yeah, I still haven't bought it. I need to get on it.
All right, well, let's do this one. This one I can probably guess everyone's rankings, but here we go. Let's rank the films.
Okay, I can fucking start it off. First film, obviously my favorite. Number 2, Citizen Toxie and Toxic Avenger 2 kind of battle it out, but I'll have to go with Citizen Toxie just because it does deliver a little bit more than Toxic Avenger 2 does, even though I do love Toxic Avenger 2. Toxic Avenger 2 would be 3, and then Toxic Avenger 3, The Last Temptation of Toxie would be my final one.
All right, Pugs, feel free to put whichever ones you want.
Yeah, and you bastards are able to put the fucking remake in there, you fucking motherfucks.
I didn't, but I'm going to add it right now. Okay. So, my number 1 overall, Citizen Toxie.
That's what I figured.
It's my favorite fucking thing. Number 2, the first Toxic Avenger. Fucking incredible. At number 3, we'll go with Remake. It's that good. It's fucking good.
Wow.
And then I'm going to add the Toxic Crusaders in this, since it did have a fucking animated movie. It'd be that. Then the musical. Then 2, and then Temptation at the very last. So, but Citizen Toxie is number 1 by far, guys.
All right. That's good. Yeah, everyone's been what I predicted. Dan, I'm just gonna. Yeah, I think he's gonna go 1 first. It's a toss up between 1 and 4 with Dan. I can't call it. I knew you would be 4.
I think he's gonna go 1.
I do. I think the history with that's gonna. I know he's just got thought bubbles going on, and we're just talking about him while he's thinking.
I'm gonna go against the grain and Citizen Toxie number 1.
Up high, Dan.
I don't know if that's against the grain.
It's a hard decision. You ask me a year from now, I might.
Fuck Dan. Pugs is fine, but fuck you, Dan.
Citizen Toxie, the original 2. If we're counting the musical 4, then 3.
All right.
Todd.
All right. I know.
Your time, sir.
Well, I always say 4 is the best of the films, but the importance of the first film, the changing the way I look at stuff and everything about it, the love I have for it. There's no way it's not free. But right there, like I do think the fourth movie is overall a better film, and even Lloyd will tell you it's the best film that they've made. I still think Tarantino, but it is definitely like right behind 1 for me. Like it's just that importance of the first one to me that's hard to make it if I'm ranking them out of.
Well, and like the first one's you're always gonna remember the first time you watched it too. Like that, like I literally remembered exactly where I was, what I was eating fucking Taco Bell, fucking like
in the white paper.
Yes. Like, I think it was
before I turned purple.
Before it turned purple.
So 1, 4, reboot, 2, cartoon, 3.
Oh, I didn't rank the cartoon, but that would go ahead at 3.
And then the musical for me.
Okay.
Didn't love the music.
So you guys are
I don't hate it.
Putting over this remake, like fuck, it's making me want to see it even harder.
I don't want to overhype it, but I don't think we can. I think you're gonna be happy.
We'll review it still because
whatever the fuck it comes out,
whatever, we'll do it again.
Obviously. Keep the faith. I think it's gonna happen.
I'm hoping for a January.
Get your shit together, motherfuckers.
You can't be. You're done with Godzilla now. Come on.
Yeah, you sons of bitches. You got. I know you got Monarch fucking season 2 coming up, but
you better tell Apple Plus you ain't getting Monarch season 2 unless you fucking put Toxic Avenger reboot out
there. Yeah.
Okay.
That would be fun. That would be funny actually if it ends up being like some Apple exclusive bullshit.
Hey,
to be fair, Legendary has their hands dipped in everything. I mean, they got Pacific Rim fucking animes going on and fucking Netflix and all that bullshit.
All right, here we go. This one we kind of got touched upon. Favorite Toxie look? Where are you guys at?
The look from the first film, I think, is my favorite personally. But I will say I do enjoy his look in Citizen Toxie as well. Just because it's so over the top. I think the first one's like more reserved, and obviously the effects change over time, what you can do and shit. But the first one, and the thing I love about the first movie, you don't see his face until like this grand reveal scene. And that kind of made the face reveal mean more. And then in the later films you see him walking around like Toxie, but I like that they kind of hid it from us, and then boom, he shows it, he's like and fucking the chick freaks the fuck out. So first film for me.
Are we including Noxie's look since he's technically
you can do whatever you want.
Fun.
Favorite
that threw a wrench in my gear because like he's the only thing I don't like is the emo hair in there.
Yeah,
like,
dude, I was gonna say you're gonna fucking pick Noxie with that shitty haircut.
That's the only thing that sucks. Everything else, he's all black, dressed in black. He's got the 2 things. Nah, I'll still go Toxie from Citizen Toxie.
You just want to give her your chunky dick snot. It's okay, folks.
That is also an amazing fucking phrase.
And then the dick from fucking Tromeo and Juliet.
Yes. Which I still. I don't know if he'll be displayed next in here. I know, I knocked down again.
Pimp slapped Toxie.
Well, you know what? It was that fucking Nintendo bullshit game that wasn't as good as the Genesis.
So when you're mad at it anyway. You got a favorite Toxie look?
I guess I'll give that to the first one just because that's like my first image of him. So that's like my picture in my head. Even though Citizen Toxie, at least for today, gets the win for best film, I'm going to go with the original look.
I am also the original. I do have something about all of them I really enjoy. Like there's something about the 2 look, I think, because that mask was used so much and all of like the Troma, like Edge TV stuff. all the stuff they filmed with that mask. It's just, I do have a special spot in my heart for that one. And I think that's still the mold they use for most of the masks that they make in house. The fourth one I like. I wish the paint job was a little lighter. He looks a little too
skin colored. Yeah,
yeah, he looks a little too black.
Yeah, he's yeah.
But other than that, no, I just think like the complexion, like the first one, all the other ones are a little bit light. Well, no, the second one's pretty dark too.
You heard it here. He's too melanated for Todd.
Damn.
I'm under melanated for a brown, so it's okay.
You are.
Yeah, but like I like to, and the fourth makeup is also the return to the prosthetics.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's probably why I liked it.
Yeah, that's what I was
because like 2 and 3, you can just tell it's a mask.
Yeah, and it is. I mean, it works for what they're doing. The glued lips and the eyeball movement. I mean, if that was more prominent and worked longer, it probably would have been worth it. But unfortunately,
there is a great shot in Citizen Toxie with the eyeball moving though. I always love that.
All right, here's one. This one Kruger's been waiting for. Right.
Oh man,
Yeah.
see this is very hard for me though.
This is easy for me. This is like I'm already.
No, dude, this is hard because the kid getting his head smashed with the fucking car.
The iconic Troma kill, if you're going to be honest, the head crushing.
I mean, it's been reinvented so many times, but I feel like that was like the first movie where it was that graphic. And you see people like trying to recreate it in all different types of slasher movies, everything. But I gotta go with the fucking weight kill. First off, if you ever lifted weights, like that's always been a thought in my head. Like, what if somebody just stuck their fucking hand or something in there, and them sticking somebody's head in there, and then it cutting off like it didn't cut off the whole nose, it just cut off the top of the nose, and fucking then seeing his body like convulsing and shit. That shit fucked me up when I saw it. And like I was like, I'm like 12, and I'm like, I had never seen anything that violent before. So I gotta go with the weight kill in fucking the first Toxic Avenger. But the tire to the fucking 12-year-old's head is a very, very, very close second, because that is legit one of my favorite kills of all time. But the weight kill, I think, is just a little bit better because you get that nasty after effect, and then you see him like still alive while his face is half off.
See, that's why I was like, no hesitation. That's immediately my answer. That one is just visceral. It's not the most famous kill, but to me,
the weight kill
is the most gruesome in the entire series.
Oh, absolutely,
and that's an easy pick for me. Do you guys have one?
You can count me in with that. But real quick, I also love the old lady in number 4, the homage to the kid getting their head run over. Like that's good shit. Go ahead, Dan.
I'm gonna go with the tombstone pile driver with the head coming out of the ass
with the shit in the mouth. With the shit in the mouth. Yeah. You can't leave out the shit in the mouth.
I tried to block that part out.
Yeah. All right, this was actually supposed to be the last on that one, but whatever. I skipped this one. Here we go. This one's easy. Sarah or Claire? Any of his blondes? Just which is your favorite? I already know Kruger's.
Sarah for sure.
Yeah, I'm OG Sarah too. I was in love with her as a child.
Well, in Citizen Toxie, I mean, she's a little extra hot with them buck teeth.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Claire.
Yeah, that figures. You're more trashy hot.
Yeah.
That's
no, I'm not think there's a wrong answer here.
Oh, yeah, there's not. I was just curious.
Oh, they're both
enough holes for all of us here.
Yeah. All right. Last one. This is kind of here we go. Saving Toxie's privates. Will we ever get that Troma sequel? What do you think?
I hope we get another one from Troma.
From Troma, yeah. I don't know.
So too. I don't know where that stands, but
dude, we need Schlack versus Toxie.
No, we need Kruger versus Taxi.
No, well, I could have been in that fucking movie. I wasn't a fucking.
We're not going to do a could have next time.
Yeah,
we're going to show what a real.
We're giving you a starring role, sir. Yeah,
but yeah, I hope we find. I would like that should be Lloyd's last film.
Oh, like a last Toxic Avenger.
He keeps saying it's his last one. It's his last one. Like one more. Give us Toxic. The problem is
does
the
he
money.
have it written down? Like,
yeah, but dude,
idea
Matt, Todd,
there was a script for saving Toxic.
Todd, let me go out on a limb here and say, if Lloyd put up a fucking crowdfunding project for a new Toxic Avenger movie, that shit would make 4 times over what the fuck he's asking for.
I'd like to think, but
dude, I know it would, especially with the time that we're fucking living in with the Terrifier age. I mean, you can't fucking sit there and tell me that Terrifier doesn't have some inspiration from fucking Troma films as well, with the visceral fucking gore, with the comedy that they fucking put in it. I guarantee you, if Lloyd Kaufman tried to crowdfund a final Toxic Avenger movie, it would make probably 4 times the amount of money that he's fucking asking for.
Well, then we need to make it happen. I want one more Troma Toxic from Lloyd.
All right, Todd, start the fucking GoFundMe.
Say we started a charity, dude.
Yeah. Make America toxic again.
And now my next question is: do we continue off 4?
Yeah,
I would.
Because we have
you have Toxie with the baby.
Yeah. Well, the other title was A Tale of Two Toxies.
Or Son of Toxie.
Yeah, but not the
Son of Toxic Avenger.
But we still don't count Noxie out, though. You have to remember.
Well, yeah,
I'll be back in the sequel,
no, but you have him come back and try to fucking take his kid.
Yeah.
Son I don't know if I want Avenger. That is the fucking movie, baby.
Maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't mind it. I just want you give me any storyline. If Troma is doing it and it's Troma style,
yeah,
I'm good. One more, just one.
Or
more.
Toxic Avenger versus Psycho Gorman. We can get that too.
What else?
That would be hilarious. Can you imagine Toxic Avenger and all the Kabuki Man fucking villains versus Psycho Gorman and like all these fucking aliens? Dude, that would be the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. I know. I just want some Toxic figures. I want fucking everyone. I want. Why is there no Melvin yet? Come on. I want my tutu
Lardass.
Right?
Lardass. I want Tito. And what Sweetie Baby? What's fuck?
Sweetie Honey.
Sweetie Honey.
She's a big girl now.
Is she?
No, that's what she says. Remember, after she had her night with Kabuki.
I thought you meant she was a big girl.
No. I was quoting the movie.
Also, I want a Dead Mafia T-shirt. I should just make it. It's just fucking. Anyway, I fucking love them.
All right, so I think we talked everything.
Well, 2.5 hours in. It felt like
this would be a long
that
one.
Too.
Are we still going to do that Easter egg? All right.
Well, you teased it, so do it.
Well, yeah. Well, now they just got to figure out. So, never thought we were going to do this one. It seemed forever. I still don't feel like I talked enough or said enough, but hopefully we covered
You're never
everything.
going to feel that way, Todd.
I know. Are we going to see Todd's collection? See, that was the question I was waiting for. We switched to video games because I think the merchandise is going to be its own thing.
Yeah.
So, because I still have stuff to find. There's one in particular piece I'm trying to find.
Maybe we'll record it around the same time that we do the fucking.
We're not going to wait that long. Don't remind. Someone will get mad. Yeah, we'll do that one too. We'll do that one next time. No, we won't. Well, yeah, we should do it. Yeah. Anyway, do it. What? Anything else about the franchise?
Just that if you haven't seen these movies, I mean, they're all must see. I'm kind of mad that I waited so long on the sequels, but if you haven't seen the original Toxic Avenger, I mean, if this show hasn't fucking sold you enough, I mean, go out and seek that movie out. It will change your life.
Yeah. Yeah,
and change your
Change your mind.
perspective, and it will change your perspective on how fun horror can be.
Exactly. So,
and also Toxic Avenger fucking walked so fucking movies like Kick-Ass and all these other fucking bullshit movies could run. So
Super is another one that I
Super is so Troma. I love it.
Yeah. Well, James Gunn, I mean, he did
Yeah.
right, for Troma. But yeah, that's like I would love to see them in a universe together.
Oh, Super, dude, bring Toxie, Super, and the fucking Brightburn kid together. Oh, I'm in.
Well, Brightburn's a bad dude, so they would have to fight.
They would.
Yeah,
I'm still in.
So Super needs Toxie's help. I'm sold. Super 2, James Gunn, quit bullshitting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, let's fucking get it going.
All right. Well,
I'd love to see Toxie just shove a fucking mop up that little son of a bitch's ass. That kid from
Brightburn. Oh yeah, there you
that
go.
kid
You got
from
Noxie
Brightburn
and-
is such a bastard,
Yeah, Noxie and Brightburn could team up. Fucking hey.
dude.
Didn't we just do favorite kill, Ben?
Yeah, we did it. You missed it.
Overall, it was
Tombstone
head
pile
crushing.
driver with the
Head
shit.
crushing, and Dan, put his
Yeah.
own head up his ass. Shocker.
There you go.
Dude,
All
the fucking Lincoln log in their fucking mouth when they spit it out after the pile driver is
The rest in peanuts scene.
ugh.
All right, Dan, wrap us up.
Good. Guys, thanks for listening to all 2.5 hours of Troma goodness tonight. And to close things out, I'll just say Kaufman Haga 2028.
Money's on the dresser.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
I'll see you in Disneyland.
We're still here.
Disneyland.
Live.
We're still live, pal.
It's for
the point. That's
everyone who
the gimmick.
stuck around. Good job.
I tried to tell you in the
just
chat.
going to take a piss.
Well, did you not?
still
Dan
live.
doesn't pay attention.
Let's not go too long.
Yeah, we
Serve
got
to the
8 minutes.
people.
We got a surprise for you. Then Dan, you can pee. Can you hold it for 8 minutes?
Hurry up.
Just
I got
fucking do it,
pissed
Dad.
too.
Go piss. We'll do it while we're doing it. You guys got 2 minutes. They stayed. They can wait.
All right, I'm gonna go
Go.
pee-pee.
All right. All right. Well, these guys go pee for whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and set the clip up while I'm grabbing. So, Pugs, Citizen Toxie, still your favorite?
Absolutely, and I'm doubling the fuck down. Dude, this
All right.
revisit was super fun. I actually saw it twice before. I crammed it in twice.
I was watching Apocalypse Soon, the documentary too.
Oh.
I always love the Troma docs. Okay, yeah. You guys are waiting for a Troma treat. Where did I put it? I gotta find it in my folders.
Who's still here?
I don't know. 8 people?
9 people.
9 people? I don't know. The numbers are fluctuating. There's still people here. I hopefully
Yeah.
some remember. I tried to.
Late-
I tried.
Later on, people will know because of the length of the video. I slash your own videos here. All right, you stuck around. Good job, guy.
All right. All right. Let me find her. Well, since these guys had to go pee pee.
I actually got to go too, but I'll wait.
Oh, all right. You got a grown up bladder.
I'm going to add to the problem too.
Oh no. Okay, why can't I find what I'm looking for? Uh-oh. Did I lose it?
Hope not.
Where is it?
Oh, there he is.
Oh, there it is. I found it. All right.
Did I make the surprise?
No, yeah, we're waiting for you guys. I had to find the clip. I'm gonna load it in right now and pause it.
Oh, nice.
That's all you get for now. I guess we can pull our gimmick. So yeah, I'm probably gonna cut most of this out. I don't know.
I was going to say, I don't think I.
Yeah,
You can't
it's
see
just
me.
going to go straight to. It's going to go straight to Easter egg after this. After the live viewing, I'm going to cut that little bullshit out.
Sorry, 2.5 hours. You got to take.
No,
it
that's
easy.
fine.
A little bit. Leave a little meat on the bone.
We're just waiting. All right, well, talk to him, Dan. Don't just make him sit there and not listen to you.
Dude, can you
Diaper
imagine?
I'm back.
Oh, well,
Okay.
he's back.
All right, so we're going to kayfabe it. So, Dan, act like we're. You stayed. Okay, here's your Easter egg. There we go. That's how we're doing it. So we got something very special that I found. So we thought we'd watch it. This is going to take you back. Now, before I'm going to do the setup. This is from the Morton Downey television show with Lloyd Kaufman and Michael Hers as guests. Kruger, do you know who Morton Downey Jr. is? Do you know the name?
No.
You know WrestleMania 4?
I was going to say.
I mean,
you've seen it, yes?
I've seen it, but
do you remember Roddy Piper getting in a fight with the talk show Geist? And
yes,
that's Morton Downey Jr.
There you go.
So I forgot we're still live.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Let's check this out. So, if you've never seen it, this is just a typical Morton Downey Jr. episode. Only 8 minutes. Calm down. Okay, let's check it out. I haven't seen this since it aired either. So,
We got the IWA Deep South fucking
crew. Oh, this was the Halloween episode too, I believe.
And stunning 240.
It's 360p. Thank you.
Motherfucker, this is 140p. What the fuck are you talking about?
Now look at Lloyd looking 12 years old.
Except for the ones here, these guys with
Todd, is that you?
I wish.
Oh, thank you very much.
Show your fucking holes.
Okay. Oh no, that's not Michael Hers with him. Okay.
Careful there. This is Troma, boy.
These gentlemen, we're going to talk about Troma Incorporated, all right? Lloyd Kaufman and Arthur Azurman, is that?
Eisenman.
How do you pronounce that?
Eisenman.
Eisenman? All right. You folks have been in business now for 15 years, right? Yes. Yes, we have. You make a lot of these, well, let me give you an idea of some of the films they made because all of you have probably
Dude,
seen
the
some
all
of
black
these.
hair is weirding me out.
Right.
That's not the Lloyd I know.
Young Lloyd is weird.
Monster in the closet, dude.
Class of Newcomb High.
Oh, well, it's over.
And none of you can forget the toxic.
Yeah, it may need to be our next Troma franchise show.
Yeah.
The great one called Redneck Zombies.
Huh?
Audio's a little low, Todd, if you can turn it
Fuck
up.
Redneck Zombies. I'm sorry.
It's up all the way. This clip's just how it is.
Okay.
Now you reach an audience. What's the age?
Quit your
you guys
bitching,
are trying
Dan.
to reach with your movies? The age, sir. Me.
All ages.
All ages.
All ages.
All ages.
Yes.
Are you a producer?
Yes, indeed.
Are you an actor too?
No, not in the Troma movie.
Is she an actor?
She has just appeared in War, Troma's War.
Troma's War.
Which is not in release yet. It is being post-produced.
It's before that's even out.
I've seen your face someplace.
Probably on the street somewhere. I've been around town a little bit. No, I'm actually in the marketing department for Troma Incorporated, and I'm here for, just I thought
Kind of push the movies.
No, not to push.
I'll tell you what
the
we're
movies
going to do. Hey gang, watch your monitors now and at home. Watch your TV. All right?
Tourette's?
I
Yeah,
inhale
what the
some of
fuck's
her
the matter
giant
with you?
skin. All right, watch TVs at home. We want you to see some outtakes from War. There. Let's see them.
Yeah.
Well, we will have children planted in places like Times Square and Disneyland that will raise so much havoc they will make the Arab truck bombings look like Mickey Mouse.
This was just work print footage. You could tell.
What's the war movie they did?
Troma's War. Is what it's called.
I love that fucking movie. I saw that on Joe Bob.
That really sucked.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome film.
Morton didn't like it.
Who didn't?
Morton Downey Jr.
just
said it
sucked.
sucked.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you guys.
We can suck my dick.
From the back.
We tried to work it here. We sent new ones over.
With,
We couldn't
his
get
fucking
anything that
butt
worked.
head
Nose
shaped
hairs
head.
right up my
Fucking-
ass.
Is this the kind of garbage you put out?
What you are, what
You got
you
red
are,
socks, sir.
what you are seeing, what you are seeing.
Nope.
Whoa. He's gonna get his Vince McMahon on him.
Hit him.
Lloyd, punch him in the face.
He said, "You better sit down. They're gonna get wild."
He was there on your side, Lloyd. Get the fuck back up.
I get it now. Now,
Yeah.
I had no idea. I'm sorry. I had no idea.
No, be nice to this man.
Now-
He came all the way from New York to bring us these
Dude,
fabulous.
can you imagine if we were in the crowd?
Oh
Fuck
my
him
God.
up. Fuck him.
Todd would have came in and fucking gave him a fucking Stan Hansen lariat. Right into the fucking dead
Drop
bit.
kick, dude.
Oh, now they're gonna. Now they're trying to kick him off the show.
The crowd turned on him?
It doesn't take much with
The little whores.
Morton
Well, fuck, we'll take him on too.
See, this is when I want to come in and just fuck you. Troma's taking over tonight.
Yeah, dude, spray paint TROMA.
They come in, Larry, at that host and fucking replay the Katie Vick fucking storyline with that fucking dead body.
Thank you very much. They'll be leaving. They'll be leaving. Go ahead, you guys.
Fuck that. Carry me like I'm a pharaoh. You want me off so bad?
Where are my producers? Who was
Use your
Michael, come here. Here's one of my producers. Michael Weinberg was responsible for this crummy.
Got a gun.
That would be the greatest thing ever.
No.
Lloyd just pulls out a gun like Art the Clown.
Lloyd said he was afraid to walk back through the crowd.
Really?
Yeah.
He says he's responsible.
Well, now I wish you would have been there. Fucking Kevin Costner. That shit.
I think Lloyd actually calls the cops from the stage.
He's responsible.
Fuck yeah, Lloyd. Lean in. Look at that hair. Hey, you don't manhandle him.
What would you do if Lloyd just pulled out a knife?
Oh, we'd already be fucking those guys up.
You don't fucking.
Yeah, dude. You and I would be out of the crowd so quick. Be like, you old fucks.
I don't give a shit if it's a work or not.
You would have saw this motherfucker get German right on that fucking bald spot.
Wait.
The ones with the adult film stars are next level. Like, he basically just calls them dirty sluts, and like, I mean, it's so good. No Springer without.
Did you see the Freddy?
Someone's responsible for this. Wait here. I'm going to find out who's responsible. I'll find out who's responsible.
Fuck you.
See, now you turn on Morton.
I know. It's back in the control room.
But yeah, I can see to exit the studio, he had to walk through that.
Find out who's responsible.
He's like, yeah, fuck that. Just all these.
John,
I'd walk right through it. Y'all can eat my ass. Move, pussies. Like Tito.
Yeah, so that's it. They were disrespectful to Lloyd. I thought the fight was more, but. Oh yeah, calm down.
I thought he said "suck my balls." He said "not my fault."
Shake my balls.
Oh well, there we go. That was our little Easter egg.
AKA,
Stinger.
if those guys are still alive, I'm coming after you.
Morton died of lung cancer.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh.
Is that okay, Dan?
Thrillers.
What? All right, that's it. We're done. We don't have anything
All
else.
right, guys.
We just
this hopefully you had fun. I think we covered quite a bit. And yeah, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Hopefully you laughed, had a good time.
all right. We already did our good night, so let's
We
get
did.
the fuck out of here. Good night.
Good night.
It takes a middle